I replaced my phone recently because of that same problem.
Oof.
Yep.
Yeah, I get that.
Because it was
What'd
like
you
always
get?
random.
Ah,
It would do that anywhere between 10% and then 98%.
Oh damn, 98. That's bad.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I recently got a new phone, so that's not going to be a big thing for me.
That's good.
Yeah, my mom lost / got her phone stolen from her, so I had to give her my phone, and so I have a new phone.
And
sucks.
so the cycle begins anew.
Yeah, I just have to pay fucking out the ass for it for the next like 18 months. It's whatever.
It's what it's just economy.
Because ever since Sprint like connected with T-Mobile, they stopped giving out the old phones and just said, "Nah, we'll just do these new phones now." And I'm like,
Ever since they connected, they stopped offering a service of quality.
Well, I mean, I don't know if they
There was
ever
never
really
a
offered a
service.
service
Yeah,
of
there was
quality
a quality.
before.
But now it's like double bad.
Now it's like, like you have to think about if they're even trying. Like, what's their level of try?
T-Mobile.
Hmm?
I used to have T-Mobile. They're actually one of the better ones when I was back in
T-Mobile got combined with Sprint. Like they're both together now.
How long have they been together?
Like, not even a year.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I was like, I don't
said,
remember.
whenever they combine themselves, for some reason, like their store updated, so like I can't even like get their old phones anymore. Like the earliest phone I can get, like whenever I was looking, was like the Galaxy S9. It was like the earliest fucking phone you can get, and like before I could get like the S4 and S5 still.
Are we live? There are
Yeah,
people
we've been
saying
live for a
that
while.
we've been live for a while. Okay,
Yeah.
then my freaking Twitch page didn't update then.
Yeah, we've been live for a little bit.
Okay.
Hey guys, what's going on? I'm having some problems. Everybody's having problems. I hope everybody's doing good. My neck hurts.
My eyes hurt.
I'm fine.
I'm
fine.
I thought we were all sharing. I
got cursed out today.
Hey, there you go. Anybody else? Anthony, do you want to talk about your Doom thing?
I finally beat the DLC.
There you go. Jake, you want to talk about your life?
Mom has COVID.
All right.
That really sucks.
Let's see here. I think it's everybody. I think it's everybody in the call right now.
Yeah.
We all have, we've all shared and cared. Yeah.
Yeah.
Net Navi.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
The world sucks. Let's go defeat a terrorist organization.
Hey, yeah. But yeah.
Let me into my spot, Nico. Damn it.
Try to help this 16-year-old boy destroy terrorism.
Sorry that we are a little bit late. For a little bit, I didn't have my computer able to use the internet, so that was bad. But I was able to walk outside and trip over my own fucking 2 big feet, fall over onto the driveway, and that was fun.
You know what they say about big feet, though, Deco?
You trip over them a lot.
Big possibilities.
And as I just trip over my big ass fucking feet, and my blood sacrifice was enough to get my computer running again.
There you go.
Yeah. So
I
that was
told
fun.
you didn't need the blood sacrifice. The reset was all you needed. You didn't need to do both.
Overkill is best go.
Well, the thing with it is, Will, like, I know that the reset ended up being a thing that worked, but I had already reset it before. I don't know why it worked all of a sudden.
Just to spite you. What am I that?
Yes.
Okay,
but
fine. Maybe the blood sacrifice was necessary.
Maybe the blood sacrifice was... okay, let's compromise. Maybe it was like a 10% increase in efficiency,
That's a pretty decent increase.
Yeah,
no, not bad. You can't.
We can give about 10% to the blood sacrifice. All right.
You could complain about that. I'm not gonna say you can't complain about that. You could complain about that, but like
It might be enriching.
You might be.
Yeah.
You do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, it means blood sacrifice.
Sometimes.
You don't make the rules.
I just have to.
You
I just have to follow them
enforce them.
sometimes.
just like CG says, you give up a few things for a dream.
You know what I want to give up right now?
What?
Fucking big chat.
Big chat, what
What
doing
the hell
here?
are you doing here, big chat? Things are bad enough without you being here. Not gonna say anything, are you? Get out of here. You know.
Hey, a new guy! Did you know we're the Phantom Thieves? Ryuji!
Hey, Shield of One. You know too much. Thank you for the follow, my dude. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. With that being said, my dudes, we are about to play some Net Navi. We want to quickly get into the recap so that we can have a bit of a game. Depending on how efficient I am at doing the whole thing where I tell people about the things that happen around them and they react to what I tell them, they should have a word for that. According to how efficient I am at that, we may be able to get through quite a lot today, despite probably not having the longest game because we've started around almost to the 9 o'clock times. So Squeaky, what happened last time?
Hold on, 1 sec. I just needed. There we go. So what happened last time? Okay.
Here, I'll do this part for you. I'll go over here and do this part for you, Squeaky.
Okay, 1 sec. Because I'm also now back at my computer.
Yeah.
And okay. So last time at Net Navi, I might try to keep this a bit condensed because we're kind of at the wire and really only like one event took like 3-ish hours. So first thing that happened, freaking Cross was making her way home. She was making her way home, and after hanging out with Neon Man, and she went through the city network. Except she saw the Wii Fit trainer. And by this I mean the faceless Navi, but this time she had a face.
Look at
This
that
is her.
face. Look at that amazing face.
And she was like, "Oh, look at you! You kind of look like Neon Man. Do you know Neon Man? I have a thing for Neon. I have a gig for Neon Man, but I just can't get his attention. But if you're his friend, maybe you can give him this letter. Also, weirdly enough, it looks like he's giving you fucking net AIDS. Don't worry, I happen to have Tylenol for net AIDS, so I got rid of it. I've gotten rid of your net AIDS. But you should probably talk to Neon Man about why he gave you fucking spyware." He probably didn't even know, but I mean, I don't know. It's weird, but you do that. You're cute, Cross. Except I don't think she introduced herself as Cross. She introduced herself as Shimmer, which she had her spiky frou hair, her little headphone with her mic. Look at that. And she was like, "Thanks for getting rid of my fucking net AIDS. Yeah, freaking I'll probably tell Neon Man, or if Neon Man isn't interested, I'll let him know." As No Face also tells her about how they want to get the fucking virus in the aquarium into the park as well, so they share a common goal with Neon Man. Doesn't make them sus at all, not at all. Don't worry about it. And Cross decides because she can't go home, she's gonna go to the house of Night Bunny and Miss Toki. Except right now they're working on a cam show. So Cross is moderating the team. Here's her boobish. There's Night Bunny.
They be asking for feet tip, you know, all the good shit.
There we go.
Look at him go.
And there's Miss Toki, and they're gonna be all like, "Look at us." They're gonna be freaking doing their OnlyFans live stream, and Cross is gonna help moderate that, and we'll probably start with that today too. But while that was going on, we had the big fucking interview. I'm gonna draw a table. I'm gonna draw a chair. And I'm gonna draw someone fucking strapped to that chair. I'm gonna assume she has her hair in like a weird ponytail. She don't got makeup. She's unflattering. There's Anastasia. Freaking. There's Paradox, who finally got his dream come true. What he wanted for Christmas. So he's happy.
Did you put his eyes above his helmet?
Yes.
They're advancing every single time a little bit more.
He's in a defender bot. Meanwhile, the commissioner's like fucking Tell us what you know, bitch. And Anastasia's like, I'm not talking. You give me Alan Garnet right now. And Alan, we're gonna say like this was like on the other side of the rear view mirror, not the rear view mirror, the one-way
Rear view
mirror.
mirror. So like they always use inside of these cop encounters and dramas.
Alan was like, man, I really don't want to talk to her. I actually really want to go home now that I've heard about what's going on with Cross, and I'm worried.
That's him, Alan Garnet.
And the other peeps. And we got some questions. There's a lot to go over. It's a long interview. I could also just read off my notes, but I don't want to do that either. We got some news about Anastasia about how, well, not news, info from Anastasia about how she only wanted to talk to Alan because she only trusts Alan, and she doesn't trust talking to the police because she knows there's some sort of police corruption and like involving World 3. It seems like Dr. Coda might have actually been the one that helped her break out the first time, making Coda more sus. I'm just
Look,
gonna write
this
sus
fucking
here.
asshole doesn't even open his eyes. Motherfucking. Anyway.
Freaking, they talked a little bit about Nathan before bringing Anastasia in. Freaking, she had an EMP in her arm that she set off as she told Alan more information. And Alan was just kind of like, Anastasia, why are you like this? Like, why? Why? Here's his little.
This can only help your case for being in jail.
You can't just, Anastasia, you can't just freaking bring an EMP to the police station. That's how you get in jail more. But that is actually what Anastasia wants, because God forbid Alan drops the charges and lets her out. They'll kill her on the spot, which Anastasia has planned for, because if they do, her reverse Uno card will activate, which means the police get implicated in her murder, because she's already told people that if she gets murdered after being released by the police, then that was definitely World 3 and the police let it happen because of police corruption. It all connects, you see. All
This is
these
a really
dots.
confusing Yu-Gi-Oh game.
All those dots. Either way, after dropping the EMP and making it so that the commissioner and poor fucking Blart, got fucking yeeted. Why is my cursor being stupid? There we go. We talked a bit more about that, going more in depth. And Anastasia was taken away again. And freaking the commissioner was like, don't talk about this with anybody. And before that, Alan was like, Yo, May, I know you scribbled everything onto a notepad, but please throw that out. And she ripped it in half, and Alan was like, okay, you fucking idiot. And he put it in his pocket as we walked out the fucking police station. And made our way home to eventually pick up Cross. And that was what happened last time at Navi.
Hey. Last time on Avatar.
That took 6 minutes.
You did really good
It's a
that
pretty
time.
speedrun.
You know, I think that deserves a reward, Squeaky.
Yeah.
Inspiration for me? You shouldn't have.
Oh yeah, Bug came back.
Oh yeah, that
That's
too.
it.
Oh yeah, Bug.
Oh yeah, Bug. Why do
I'm
I
gonna
say
give
oh
you-
yeah, Bug like
I'm gonna
that? Because
give
it was
you-
a fate card.
I'm gonna give you your Yome inspiration from this time. I'm gonna give you the Yome inspiration I didn't give you last time because I fucking hated your last one. And then I'm gonna give you 5 more Yome inspirations from Han.
Oh, thank you, Han.
On is back from death.
I had no inspiration. I used it all up.
Oh yeah, and Vader was ready to kill a girl.
Yeah, you were.
Over an EMP.
Over a bwong.
Over a bonk. Over a bonk.
Also, before we go too much further into this, we have been working on a project that you guys have known about for a little bit, about basically getting rid of all of the face claims in the game so far. We're still working on NetNavi being the one that we're doing, and we have four new arcs. We have Officer Maddie and Blart. They've got their new things going on. Blart has the larger token bottom so that they can carry things, such as Officer Maddie.
Behold.
Officer Maddie was made by Lindo. Blart was made by Fomal. Will made President Abel. Looking at
Is
that
he
boy.
evil enough yet?
Is he evil enough yet, guys?
We don't even know.
I
If he's
feel like
evil
they
in
should
the
be
first
fine.
place.
He's doing his thing. He's got his Scilab card up here. And he doesn't have his NetNav anymore because he gave it away.
Yeah, he did.
And then we have the commissioner. Commissioner Haven was done. Will did President Abel, and the commissioner was done by Lindo. This will probably be the last pieces for a little bit. We're gonna get, I think, one more getting worked on right now. But until others decide that they want to take up the mantle for some of the other ones that are in the big list that we have, we'll probably have to start working on Zelda and future NetNavi stuff a little bit more, because we are a little bit behind on some things. So this may be the last like big like dump of new arts for a bit, but I love them all. They're very nice. Look at them all. As soon as we said we were doing it, Will immediately wanted to do Abel.
He was like that.
It was just hey, we're doing this thing. I'm doing Abel.
I'll kill you.
Are people liking it? I'm not in chat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they say
they
they
are.
love it.
Okay.
Cyan in particular is like, good job, Will. Typical Novice is like, good job, Will.
That must be sarcastic, says my depression.
Well, I'm gonna beat your depression into a funny little party, man.
But
And the relationship.
it's actually funny too, because if we really think about it, Blart is the last of all of the characters that was helped being designed by a Patreon thing. So like this is the first time since Crimson Wolf's character in the Pokemon game that one of those have had original art. Hell yeah! It'll also be the last time, because I'm never doing that fucking thing again.
Say that again. You gotta.
I think he was talking about how Crimson. Yeah, there we go.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was.
Me
It
not
was
think
talking
about
about how
it no more.
Crimson Wolf was one of the first like NPCs who got official art.
Yeah, it's
for
true.
And
Patreon.
Blart is the next one, because they used to be a Patreon thing where
Mhm.
people made their like helped me basically make their own little characters, which was more like they helped me design and figure out the face cleanse and stuff for them, and I gave them suggestions that would work in the things. Like the characters were always meant to be there to an extent, they just weren't the way that they originally were being made. But either way,
Mhm.
as we move these guys off away from the rest of things, because we're not going to be using them today, hopefully, probably, mostly because Blart's like, still probably unconscious.
Got EMP'd.
We'll see how things go. Also, Anastasia, get the fuck out of here. Get over here.
Chew.
Alright.
Go.
Sometimes
Everyone was making their way away from the police station / the jail just a little bit ago, and before we move things on with them, there's some other little arts on here. How did she hide the whole EMP in her arm? Who would let someone so sus do that? No idea. And then it says putting on clown nose. I don't know why she has that.
She's been looking at feet pics all day. Of course, she has a clown nose. Red Cross gave it to her.
Then we go over here, and
The
it
Red
says
Cross.
scrubbing the
Anastasia.
Anastasia Cooties.
I thought that said like mishap cookies for a second.
What?
I don't know.
Also, there's Blair.
I'm being killed on my handwriting here.
Get rid of them Anastasia cookies.
Probably have arsenic in them.
And then we have Basil Fierce. I was making fun of you that time. It's best friends. Stop
you
looking
were.
at me. And then Bugs is right there, like freaking holding on, just like
Look how
best friends.
I don't like how
And Vader's
Vader
just so
looks here.
happy that
He's
he's
just-
complete again.
He's complete again.
He looks like a torment. He looks like
And
some
then
possessed
there's
Winnie the
this.
Pooh. It's just happening over here.
Well, I have to tell you something. That's
What?
not purple.
I know it's not purple. Why?
Okay.
Oh, God dang it. It's not anything now.
I'm so confused.
And then we have a thumbs up from our boy Bug, the main character of the
We
show.
love you, Will.
It's not purple. I know it's not purple.
Your race is
I know it's not purple. Fuck. With all that being said, my dudes,
Like, yeah, Cross's thing is blue, right?
one of them,
Technically, one of them, yes.
one of the three.
Technically,
What do you mean one of the three?
Don't worry about it.
Cross doesn't have any.
I'm gonna cry.
You're
Let's
fine.
go.
Everything's fine.
This is sexual harassment.
Everything's fine.
So
It's fine.
we'll start things off over at Miss Toki's. Right after I take a big drink of my nondescript energy drink that I'm not gonna say anything out loud because it's bang. Fuck.
So it's not being sponsored.
No, it's bang energy drink.
Okay.
They're not very good, unless they pay me. Then they're the best.
No, no, no. Listen, we can make it work.
It honestly might just be the flavors I've tried. They're like super sweet, and I'm not. You know how I'm not really into sweet things.
Yeah.
But like most energy drinks are super sweet, but this one's like super sweet. You know what I mean?
Like disgustingly sweet. Like
This
okay,
one's like they're
alright.
trying to make it taste like candy, and it just isn't working.
Oh, of
Unless they
course.
give me money, at which point it's the greatest thing.
It's the greatest thing that's ever existed. It tastes
Yeah.
just like fucking bliss.
Yeah.
I'm just making myself a ginger drink. Trying
My
to forget
opinions are up for sale. Is all I'm saying. My opinions can be whatever people decide them to be.
I can't
Either way.
wait for compilation videos, right?
Mhm.
And one of them's gonna be like, "Oh, Will's colorblind for 10 hours."
Well,
Well, it was like it's fine. Let's just continue.
We
Uh-huh.
make our way back over to Miss Toki's place as the chat has started to go. Cross, you sitting in your little cross/shimmer form, and going over the chats. Cross, you do note that anytime a Navi gets onto the chat here, it happened at one point with Yome as well. That a tiny little chibi version of themselves showed up in the chat.
Oh, that's adorable.
So currently there is a tiny chibi version of of Shimmer in the chat that's just kind of hanging out, kicking her feet. And it has mob privileges, so that sucks for whoever is around. You weren't given a lot of information on what to do while you were here. You were just mostly told to watch the chat and make sure that nothing bad happened there. I would like you to go ahead and roll me for your. We'll go with Link. I think this is a good time for Link to come into play. You do have a fleeting. So go ahead and let me know how well you're taking these instructions.
Here, call the table manners.
So you have no idea what the common denominator is. You're not sure exactly like what bad is in comparison to what is usually in these chats.
I have no
But
idea what's happening.
like I had mentioned before, there is quite a lot of somewhat aggressively horny people in here.
Show us your feet.
There's a lot of that. There is actually quite a lot of that. But things start off. You and Night Bunny are having your little chibi forms in the chats. Night Bunny seems to be mostly taking care of all of the equipment, like the camera equipment and things like that, like the actual streaming part, and you're just kind of handling the chat. You see that Miss Toki is doing her thing, where she begins to talk to those who are there with her. She shows off her assets that's going on, as well as Night Bunny begins to start changing her backgrounds and all those nice things as things are getting together. Eventually, people start making their way in, and you start noticing, first off, Cross, that not only has people started to flood in, quite a number of people have started to flood in. You were noticing that back whenever Yome was here, and there was like some sort of like people around in these chats, and they were talking, like there was around like a good like couple dozen. There seems to be almost just 100 simultaneous viewers in here.
Huh.
She seems to have grown in the past week.
That's some quick fucking growth.
That's some quick growth.
She got popular.
You don't really understand why. Maybe you can ask them about it later or not. Who knows? But you notice that for the most part, most of the people who are in the chat are somewhat nice, if not again aggressively horny. I would like to know, Cross, are you looking for anything in particular when you are trying to keep things down, or is it just going to be the obvious things that you're going to try to ban out?
I think the only other thing besides like the obvious of robots come to this link, give me all of your money kind of shit.
There's a few of those.
And the bad words.
You're gonna keep all the bad words out.
Not the F's, the slur words. Let's go with that. That's much more clear.
getting rid of them slur words. Got it.
Whatever equivalently have in NetNavi.
I will say, after a little bit of time, you do get a couple bots that come in. You can tell because they have their bot-like attitudes about them. Hey, you want to get famous? Yada yada. You can also tell because they whenever they come in, there's no net navis really associated with them. Because again, you would note that whenever a Navi joins the chat, a little tiny chibi version of them shows up. Eventually, you see you see what appears to be Blitzman. I'm kidding, no. But no, most of the ones you see are just normal navs. There are some custom navis here or there, but nothing nearly as customized as what you're used to. You and Yome and the others did note in the beginning of the campaign, like a long ass fucking time ago, that the school that Alan's in is a very high tech, very high demanding school, and not a lot of people like have net navis who are as customized as some of the students have there. But there is some like somewhat like customized things around. You begin to get rid of those people who do any slurs. There's like maybe one or two that go a little bit too far. Basically doing like the equivalent of potentially because this is the Japan equivalent. Maybe eventually like somebody mentions something of the equivalent of yellow fever or things like that. You try to get rid of things like that whenever you see them, and as you do you explain why you get rid of them, or do you just do it? Like, are you actually explaining yourself in the chat at all?
If there's confusion, but otherwise no.
Okay, one moment, please. I'm going to go and check.
It's like, what the
out.
fuck? That was Jeff. He's here every day.
I need a D12 because I actually made a random encounter table for just this because I knew this was going to happen.
Flow chart for this?
I knew you were going to do this today, so I actually made this happen because last week I didn't have anything like this, and I did not know how the encounter was going to go by.
Random encounter
Jeff,
with
the wife guy, has
Tell me when to stop, Jake.
Stop.
Interesting. Okay. The person that you ended up getting rid of was not a regular or anything like that, so that's good. Nobody really gets on you for that. People do have a bit of like questions because like you're somebody who's brand new. They don't know who you are. You're just coming in. All of a sudden you banned like 5 people. Most of them again being the bots, things like that. So there is a little bit of confusion going on. Do you want to explain yourself, or do you want to just be the cold? I'm the non-banner of Mod.
You're Batman. You're the knight.
No, she's just like, hi, I'm Shimmer. Fucking here.
Fucking
remove the fuck. Remove the fuck. That's me, not Cross.
That's just my Joyzy talking.
It's true. It's a part of our accent. I'm just here helping out my friends.
You say you're just there helping out your friends, as you do, like your little, you notice that your little chibi version of you, as you begin typing, has its mouth open as if it's talking. And like, you see like the little bit of movement that comes with it. Like, you see like one of her hands like move slightly, and like you see her feet kind of kick a little bit.
Oh, great. The feminists are mods now.
Oh God, you banned that guy. No, I'm playing. You go through. You say that things are you're just helping out friends. Yada yada. You didn't really explain like exactly what went on, so I want you to roll me for your link, mostly just to see if people care.
Yep. Wait, that line's there. Did I get another one?
I
Oh
don't
no,
think so.
no,
No,
I
okay.
just haven't deleted it. Sorry.
Nope,
How
that's fine.
dare Squeaky. I got rid of it. I'm playing. They seem to really care. As they seem to start talking, you notice that they start to be like, "Oh, you're here helping your friends. Well, I don't know about that. What do you mean, your friends? We ain't seen you around here." You start becoming more of the talk of the chat for a little bit. As this happens, you can either tell Night Bunny that this is happening, or you can try to solve the situation yourself. What do you want to do?
She'll try to solve it herself, or it's just like, yeah, I'm only like 2 weeks old.
Oh no!
Oh
Week
no!
old Navi. Of course you haven't heard of me. I was just born.
Well, go ahead and give a roll. I doubt this is going to be one that you can pass. We'll
Just
have
a
to
roll. Just roll.
Two.
see. Oh well, roll one more time because you just got a fleeting. Luckily. Oh, you almost got 20.
Ah, it
If
sucks.
only.
That hurts.
You notice the chat start to get rather rowdy as you try to deal with this yourself.
I
Night Bunny seems to
remember.
have taken notice because you notice her little chibi self seems to like look over toward the chat, which to your knowledge would show that she is reading it currently. Again, do you want to just wait and see what she does? Do you want to do anything yourself?
I'll look over here like, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I've lost control of the situation. Just cross or no face.
You see that Night Bunny seems to come in. As she does, she starts explaining to everybody that whatever you end up doing today is completely like on what you want to do. You are the new moderator here, at least for the time being, and that your word is basically law. They start fawning over Night Bunny for a little bit because she started talking. She hadn't talked yet in the stream. And as things go on, she says for everybody, to knock it off and just kind of enjoy the show, things like that. Somebody asks for feet, and around that time, you do notice that the screen turns to Miss Toki, who hasn't been really watching the chat too closely, as she seems to be like showing off her leggings and things like that. People seem to have gotten off your back slightly, but you do note that Night Bunny seems to be like looking back and forth between whatever she's doing in the chat now more often.
I messed up. Oh no.
And now there's a Reddit post that says, this Night Bunny's moderation has gone downhill. I was able to say the N-word before, and everyone knew I wasn't racist because I said I wasn't racist.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
But now we have a feminist.
so there's time for another one of the random things to happen. This will happen 2 more times, Jake.
Oh no.
So go ahead and tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay. Number 8. Well, okay. You notice that during the show, the things have started getting a little bit steamier around. Things have evolved from her showing off her feet with stockings to her showing off her bare feet. Oh my god.
So scandalous. You can see ankle.
But no, you do notice that that Miss Toki seems to be getting a lot more into what's actually going on. She's talking to the camera a bit more, and you notice that some regulars seem to have their comments highlighted. I guess to show that they are they have been here a while, and also some people are able to send in any sort of donations or use any sort of accumulated points to do the same. As she seems to be mostly responding to those people and going through different things that they seem to be talking about or asking or kind of laughing. A lot of people you do notice in the chat seem to be asking and like talking amongst themselves, seeing if this is exactly like that. Exactly, Phantom. You notice that somebody called the Prince Phantom seems to be talking a lot in the chat.
No relation.
Don't completely original character. Do not steal. Cyan Gemini as well. Look at this, guys. Look at all the people role playing already in the chat. But you do notice that a lot of the talk seems to have gone from from Night Bunny, from like the actual things happening, to some people are talking about like wondering if this is going to be the day that Miss Toki ends up taking off her mask, because apparently she hasn't done that yet. As a lot of people
highly doubt it.
As a lot of people start talking about like, oh, we want to see your expressions, oh, we want to see your eyes, stuff like that. You do notice that Toki does seem to say that it's not going to happen, yada yada yada. The show is amazing, says Kobe 90,000. There's a bunch of people going through. You know what? Anybody who highlights their thing, they're in the chat.
Excellent.
You are
It begins.
Congratulations.
Anyone who highlights their messages, you're in Miss Toki's chat. Hey, new girl, show us your data. Anyway,
Yo, she's like 2 weeks old. Wee woo. Calm down.
Unfortunately, I'm not in the chat because I got banned and I'm ranting about it in the unofficial Reddit.
You were trying to freaking say you want to get famous, man.
God damn. I wasn't prepared for this today.
As things seem to be turned to that kind of a subject, do you want to do anything about that, or is this going to be something you kind of just let through? Devil Dog says nice ears, so that a lot of ear talk, because they are bunnies.
I'd say the channel went downhill the moment she wouldn't accept my invite.
Oh shit! Squeaky Chiona is asking if Night Bunny is going to come out tonight too. Miss Toki does remind people that Night Bunny doesn't always come out, but maybe she'll come out later today. She's mostly training the new moderator at the moment.
She's gonna try to deflect. It's like, the mask coming off would be nice and all, but think about the mystique. They could be anyone, even a famous politician.
Oh, great. Go ahead and roll me for that link, my dude.
They could be anyone.
They could be anyone, guys.
They could be you.
Anyone.
They could even be you. You are not having a great time.
And then it just goes, oh man. When I think about it, she could be my teacher.
New website, who dis?
Just every small suggestion Cross makes in the chat just explodes.
As you see Alan's dad account going, Cross, you should probably cut that line of thinking out, because some people might get suspicions about like a teacher or something. This isn't Alan, by the way. This is his dad, clearly. I'm not breaking the rules.
Clearly it's his dad, because obviously I'm his dad. I own a house.
There's just an account in there called Alan's dad.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
But no, you do notice that as soon as you start talking up again, the people who were kind of on your ass before about like, who even are you, blah blah blah, stuff like that, they seem to be making themselves a lot more active again and start talking over some of the others, being like, we don't, it's like, what are you talking to us for? Just moderate the chat, do your job, stuff like that. They seem to be saying.
Hey, you want to do my fucking job? You can sit in timeout.
You gonna try timing someone out?
Specifically, if they say do my job.
You end up timing out a few of them. You don't ban them. You do end up timing out a few of them. Among those, I'm gonna roll a d4 real quick. Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Is it the Reddit person's alti count?
Among those, among those, you end up timing out 2 regulars that are also been talking. The ones that seem to have had their chats highlighted for a bit. We'll say it was Corin and Kobe.
Ooh.
You end up timing out Corin and Kobe as well. As they were also like basically just like talking to the chat and basically being like they were basically trying to aggressively say, let's go back to what's going on. You know, they're like, oh, everybody shut up, we're watching this and stuff like that. You end up getting them out too. And some people seem to have a bit of a backlash at you getting rid of regulars. At that point, how do you want to deal with that? Do you want to put them back in? Do you want to talk to Night Bunny? Do you want to leave them out still because they were being somewhat disruptive? What do you want to do?
It's only a timeout. They'll be back in a few minutes.
Roll me again. You have a fleeting. Hey, that's the best roll you've had so far.
That's an update.
A 10.
16 plus your 4, that is an unnat 20. People do seem to die down. They're like, yeah, they were being somewhat somewhat disruptive. I mean, they're kind of like that though. They don't mean anything by it, and everybody seems to kind of gather around Corin and Kobe, going like, you know, at least it wasn't any sort of big thing.
Then Corin and Kobe get private messages going, "Hey, this new mod sucks. We should start a revolution."
I'd like to know, Corin and Kobe, are you guys having problems with being timed out for a little bit? What's going on there?
Yeah, let's bring in chat roleplay. Let's go. We're changing the definition. We are changing the system. Deacon's introducing a fucking chaotic disaster.
Let's fucking go, boys. Anyway, the collective is here.
There's Kobe.
Eventually, after the timeout happens, Kobe comes back and says sorry for what he did. He said, "Hey, sorry." So you know, it seems like they weren't too offended by the timeout. Now, what about Corin? Was Corin offended by the timeout? We're about to find out in a little bit whenever their timeout comes back, because they had a slightly longer timeout. We'll have to see. But
They were banned for a million years.
You seem to have handled that relatively well. We'll go to one more of the random events. All right, so when Corin comes back, they say that, you know, they seem to know what they're doing. So yeah, it's fine. It's they don't seem to have any. We already got 8. I'm rolling again.
If they get a positive, I want to add something.
What was that?
If there's a positive, I want to add a little thing.
What's that?
If it's positive,
if it's positive. This one is not positive.
Oh, never mind.
What do you want to add? Because the last one was had a somewhat positive ending.
Oh, it was like, oh, you got rid of racist Steve? Hi, I've been a subscriber for a while, but I've been scared of using chat because of the guy that was finally gotten rid of. Thank you very much.
Aw. You got a nice little comment for getting rid of racist Steve.
Really specific username that we should have deleted long ago, but
yeah,
okay.
you start looking through the usernames and you start getting rid of some of the more obvious ones.
Racist Steve too.
1, 2, 3. 69.
I can't believe I haven't.
You get rid of the one called not racist Steve. Just kidding.
JK.
God damn it.
But yes. By the time you the stream gets to the point where Miss Toki is now showing off more of you know, herself without some of the costume, and has gone into some certain you know, other things with people. You do note that at this point, Night Bunny is no longer really paying attention to chat. She seems to be mostly paying attention to all of the different streaming softwares and things like that, making sure it's all going well. You do note that the way that they have things set up, she seems to be operating multiple camera angles and all kinds of different stuff that seems to be taking up a lot of her time. It's around that time that you notice a lot of people in chat begin to stop talking, and you see that there is some sort of a problem. A lot of the people who stopped talking were the regulars. They seem to have, especially the highlighted ones, seem to have stopped. But that hasn't seemed to stop a lot of the others. You note in particular that people begin to start spamming in the chat. And some of them are doing like links, some of them are trying to do like want to be famous stuff, and some of them are just kind of laughing. And if you you immediately like, okay, you want to get rid of these people, right?
Yeah.
As soon as you try banning one of them, 2 more people hop into the chat and seem to do
God,
it again.
racist Steve.
Are you in a Yandere simulator raid?
As
no.
soon as you do that, it almost seems like it's an automated response. You start trying to get rid of these people. You try timing out, you try banning, but it doesn't seem to be working as you start going through the chat. And the chat seems to be going faster and faster. You notice that a few of the people who are being affected by this, because you have a full list of the users, a lot of them seem to have been trying to leave the chat and come back in and then leaving the chat altogether. You see that whatever's going on, it seems to be a large scale seemingly hacked that seems to be happening. I'd like to know, what do you plan on doing about that? So far, Night Bunny and Miss Toki have not seemed to notice. They are busy with other things currently.
On Reddit, racist Steve, I wish it was me. This is totally something I would
Oh god,
do.
then the chat started spamming. Fuck.
I was gonna try and scan it, see what's going on. If there's anything I can scan.
All right, go ahead and try a scan. This is not a site that you have any sort of real privileges on. You're not actually inside of the thing for it. You're in Miss Toki's place, and you don't have a ton of authority there. So so it is going to be a harder check than normal. But this is kind of the things you do. So go ahead.
I have this over here.
You do have that over there. I believe you also have a fleeting. That's a 16.
11. And fleeting. 14. 16 plus.
You begin to try to get them to do something about this. You're trying your best, short of just basically like locking everyone out, trying to put it on some sort of a slow mode or like donator only mode or things like that. You try your best to figure out what to do without resorting to stuff like that. Eventually, you do notice that whatever seems to be happening is not just happening here. It seems to be happening to some other streamers in the area. You check out some of the other streams, and you do notice that some of the other ones, like the one lady that we mentioned before, that was just a plain like a copy bot that was basically hooked up to this place 24/7. She seems to be having the same problems, and some other ones seem to be having the same problems.
Oh no.
You end up taking a little bit of time. You send. You're not sure exactly how to be doing this stuff. You're not sure exactly what to really do. When you notice, El Pedro seems to look to you and gives a salute to you. As he does, you see what appears to be a small chibi bird inside of the chat window as well, beside of your little icon.
Pedro, what is your plan?
A small chibi bird begins to fly around inside, flapping around the chat, and then seems to be going off into the main part of this network. As he does, you're able to scan even further upon doing that. You start seeing different parts of the network inside. Why don't you roll me for a data?
You beautiful maverick bird.
As the bird's like, I'll do my best. First, we need to make sure that we're being responsible in dealing with this. Hello, everyone. We are responsible this.
That is a 5 with your scan. Your scan is, or not scan, your data.
7.
Yeah, these are your updated stats, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, your data is a 7. That's going to be altogether a 12. You're looking through as much as you can, and you're not really sure if you can find much of anything. Pedro seems to go through different parts of the net that seem to be affected by things. Obviously, you can tell there seems to be some sort of virus activity inside. With them, knowing that there's virus activity, you have a couple of options. You can either attempt to do what you just did again and see if there's any way to shut them out remotely. You can try you yourself going inside and taking care of them, or you can send Symbol At Guy, who is a combat virus, and try to have him take care of them.
One more try because I'm terrible in a fight, and I also don't want to murder Symbol that guy.
Thank you.
I don't want to send a man to his death.
Try one more time. Nine plus your 7, that is a 16 altogether.
16?
You start looking through to see if there's anything you can realize about these viruses, if there's anything you could possibly do. As you look through, you notice that they seem to be mostly just regular viruses. You can tell that the reason they're multiplying as much as they are is because they're rabbit viruses.
I see.
The same thing as Maria that is in your own PET.
My B, guys. Sorry to interrupt your porn.
You guys, you begin to try to start messing with things in there, trying to get through all of them. You notice that because it is a virus that you know about, you can definitely try to get rid of them remotely. At this point, if you want to get rid of them remotely, which you know that you have a good chance of doing, you could use your sync to try to maneuver them around. However, currently your sync is low because of the form you're in. If you wanted, you could very briefly go back into regular cross and see if that helps. But you're not sure if that would change your little chibi form or not.
No, my sync should be higher. No, I think I switched these because I'd switch back to cross.
Okay, so your data roll should have been lower, but we'll figure that out. Because I know
forget
that.
Which still.
Yeah, I'll have to give you your card soon. I've been avoiding giving you the card because of reasons, but I'll give you your card soon. Don't worry. Then we can have it actually down here, and we can know.
Yeah, my bad.
Go ahead and roll me. Go ahead and roll me for your 7.
That was my mistake, though. I'm sorry.
It's no problem. I mean, is it really like? Does it really matter if you keep rolling extremely low? I mean,
Did the chat do anything while I wasn't looking in the spam wall? Spam wall, save me.
I've been keeping track. That they have not.
Hey, one of the regulars, a person called Cyan Gemini, seems to be trying to help you out while you're in your thing. He seems to be giving you ideas of who are the regulars and who are the ones being affected. Go ahead and give me another roll. Oh my god!
You probably.
The game is determined to have you fail this encounter.
What is happening?
Oh my god!
Oh,
Hey,
God, it begins.
Cyan. Okay, Cyan and Lindo are also putting them in. We're not gonna wait for people the entire time. But go ahead and try to roll me a few more times.
I was gonna say I thought we made that a rule now. Wow. Okay.
This is interesting.
Oh my god! You almost got a 3 again. One more time. He wants me to get up.
Oh, god damn it.
Are we allowing people to keep submitting inspiration?
Like I said, this has always been a rule until we get the actual like thing of like yes or no for fail. They can keep putting in. That's why I said we're not going to wait for anything else though.
Okay.
So that's a 14. One more time, because Spider Gecko just gave one. 17.
17.
Okay. So the 15 was fine enough, and the 14 was okay. As you go through things, you do note that with the help of some of the regulars in the chat who seem to be trying their best to have you to see their messages with their bolden texts and things of that nature, you see that they are going through and aiding you in this search. You are able to find out most of the people there, and through a bit of maneuvering, you are able to isolate them out from the system itself, including from the other chats that are around, because you know what the virus is. As you do so, with Pedro aiding you, you notice that the chat seems to immediately start slowing down, and a good number of the influx of users that were made from the rabbit viruses seem to immediately go down. You are now down to around like a 90 to 100 range again, like you were at the start.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You get some encouraging notes from people. You see that Kobe 90,000 seems to send you good job, new mod, and things like that.
This is amazing. This is
And,
actually amazing.
And on Reddit.
And when Pedro comes back, just have the Chibi Pedro land on the Chibi Shimmer, and they both do like a little salute.
As the Chibi El Pedro makes his way back inside the main network, it's around this time you do notice that the Night Bunny begins to look over and see what's going on. You see that her little chibi Night Bunny seems to linger on the chat for a second, but noting that you seem to have done it, does not seem to type in the chat or anything of the sort. With that, the rest of the stream that seems to be happening does not get interrupted at all. You are able to make sure that the rest of things go on, and it looks like the chat is a lot more accepting of you. You see that typical novice that's in there says good job. Crazy Fox says cheers to the new mod. Corin said you did your best. Dodge and Dust says great job, new mod. Sure, it's your first time. Clean Predator says good job.
This is adorable.
This is the only time we could ever do something like this.
I know, right? It's amazing.
And meanwhile, Reddit.
Cyan Gemini says show us your feet.
I helped you, now show me your feet.
Squeaky Fiona says now can you stick whipped cream in your butt? You end up timing them out for a bit. Kevin the Lord of Slime says mod love. Corin says you're amazing. Aw, look at all these nice people. But
This is nice.
as things seem to go through the remainder of this, not a lot more problems seem to be shown. It seems like the majority of the people who are watching Miss Toki's stream seem to be somewhat nicer. You can tell that because this is a paid site, there's a lot less trolly people in here than you would have expected. Because everybody here, just like Alan, basically gave like a large amount of cash to be here every month. But
They all true and blue simps.
they all them true blue. Oh God, Phantom gave
Amazing.
you put a thing in the RP chat.
Oh no.
Yes.
It's Shimmer with bunny ears.
You just got a DM with your like a true with bunny ears.
Fucking beautiful.
Oh my God.
Perfect.
But yes.
And then the Reddit guy says, well, I heard of the recent development that happened. Not bad, new mod. You're still probably feminist scum and people will see that, but at least you're acting like you're competent.
What do you do about
Yo,
that
I just
one?
wanted to stick whipped cream in her butt.
No, that's on Reddit. They can't do anything to the Reddit unless they have control of the unofficial Reddit.
Oh,
Damn
if you're putting it on the unofficial Reddit and not in the chat, then you're fine.
Damn you,
Exactly,
Reddit.
That's why I'm saying it
I
out loud.
All their websites. Oh wait, I don't have to look at those.
But yes, I did see it, Phantom. If you want to, you can throw it in the Net Navi chat as well, so other people can see. If you would like.
It's only
We'll
more
turn it into an icon eventually. Anyway,
Eventually.
we'll turn it into a token eventually. As this goes on, the rest of your talks with the people in the chat seem to be somewhat better off. They seem to like you better when you're actually engaging somewhat with them. They tell you that that Night Bunny engages them sometimes whenever things are going, because a lot of them say it's kind of awkward to just talk in chat while these things are going on. It doesn't seem to bother a lot of them, but some of them do seem to appreciate the conversation while the things are happening. Eventually, you do note that near the end of the stream, because people are so comfortable with you being around, Night Bunny eventually lets you handle most of the other things, leaving some automated services going on, and she ends up finishing the session with Miss Toki, and a good like hour or so goes by as the stream seems to be dying down. Near the end of everything, Miss Toki is thanking everybody for showing up and thanking everyone for their donations and thanking everyone for their engagement. She says that this has been one of the most engaging streams that have happened. People have talked quite a bit in today's stream. You don't really have the heart to tell her right now that most of it was spam.
Listen, what she doesn't know doesn't hurt her.
Just close your eyes.
But I just imagine Miss Tokyo like slowly and sensually dripping, and then she goes, "Thanks for the $5."
As
God.
things seem to calm down, she seems to start talking about different names of people that they can go and check out on the rest of the site. They seem to have like a little circle of friendship with some of the other ladies who are doing their thing. Near the end of everything, she says her goodbyes. You say your goodbyes to the chat. Everybody seems to be having a great night. Corin saying, "Have a good night, everyone." Kobe's like, "Oh, it's been an eventful night." Kevin says, "Shimmer and whipped cream subreddit rise." Corin also says, "Time to delete more viruses for cent money." Things like that. At least they're self-aware.
At least.
'Twas fun. Shame we didn't see her data. Things like that being said. And eventually, everything seems to quiet down and shut down. At the end of it all, since the stream has stopped, you get pushed out from the chat program and back into the main section of the network, and you see that Night Bunny is back inside the net as well. Seems like you had some problems tonight.
A few. I took care of most of them.
I didn't know that there was going to be any sort of attack on the site. I mean, apparently, according to some of the others, that it was going on in a lot of different chats.
Yes, I checked around before trying to deal with it.
Things like that don't really happen too often here, but when it happens, it's usually a bit of a big deal. A lot of us have decided a lot of the time when it happens just to stop streaming. So it's good that you're able to deal with it.
A little sparkle in her eye. I was happy to help. It was very interesting.
You see that you guys look back outside of the screen. Toki seems to be very red in the face and like looking like she needs some water and things. She just kind of like motions to you guys like she's gonna go and get some air. You see her open her window and you see that that she seems to sit down and kind of like just lay back on her bed a bit, drinking some water. Again, she seems to mostly be like kind of massaging at her throat too, because it's hard to be a streamer out there talking a lot and doing all that voice stuff. Man, I wish my throat would fucking get better. Anyway,
I'm so
I don't know
sorry.
what you're talking about.
but
I've never heard
I
of
don't
anything
plan on ever
before.
doing any of my higher characters until I get my fucking throat to come back.
Wow. You're really getting in character with this Miss Toki thing that you're talking about.
How the don't fucking worry about it, Will. How about that? Night Bunny seems to look to you as she does. She brings herself over with a bit of data as she hands it off to you. Here you go.
Oh, what's this?
Well, you did do work for the night, so I thought you could handle a cut of what we made.
Oh no, I don't. You don't have to.
We already have one of our students working for us doing something like this. If I didn't give you at least something, I would feel horrible.
I mean, I really just wanted to try it out.
Well, if you're that against it, then maybe next time.
She gonna give it back, be like, no, no, you can't do this to me.
She puts it away as you hand it back over to her. At that point, the Blue, the Night Bunny, this is done on the side. What? Wait, Blue is Night Bunny. This is done the side. What? Ike Master, I
You
don't
are
understand.
secretly Navi Bunny.
Anyway.
And it's a side job.
Oh yeah, this is all a side job. Obviously. Another student? No, they're talking about. Oh my god. Anyway, so I'm gonna stop reading chat. Anyway, I made myself start reading it while we were doing the scene. Now the scene's over. I'm gonna stop looking at you. You
I
guys
think
should already know already what she's talking about. With that being said, she does not give you the muns. You hand it back over to her. Well, what did you think?
It was very interesting. They are very reactive.
They've been a lot more, how can I put, active lately than we're used to. Around last week, we only had around half the people who were there now, but over the past couple of days, it's been rather getting a lot more booming for some reason. She gives off a bit of a shrug. We did mention to the others some of the problems that were happening, of course. Toki had to take a couple of days of a break from what she was doing because of what happened last week at the here at the house. But maybe something like that sort of jived with everyone, and they decided to stick around a lot more. I don't know.
Maybe. Could imagine that it is a little sympathetic.
Maybe. Either way, it's been quite a while, and you haven't heard back from Alan, right?
No, they were. looks over. Toki's completely not here, right?
She is done. She is
They
done
were
for
on
the
their
night.
way to prison.
Prison? Whatever for, do you know?
They obviously didn't have a name, but there was obviously only one person I could consider who is in prison that would want to talk to Alan.
Of course. She begins to start pondering to herself. I really do wish there was something that I could do to help you guys out, but especially now. She sort of moves her hand over to the little fluff around your neck and just sort of like pull on it slightly. You've already seemed to have gotten your style change, and unfortunately I can't give you another one. Well, until you all get yourselves upgraded again.
Yeah. I mean, I would certainly like yours, but as you mentioned, I can't till I upgrade. Admittedly, I had another one until that one was taken by me.
Trying to compress the style program is a lot more difficult than just any other program out there. It's small enough as it is that it doesn't show up in any sort of custom programs, but because it's a core program, it's a lot more difficult to make it still work while trying to get more coverage for it. If it comes down to it, I can definitely help you guys out and try to do something like that, but like I said, it's going to be very costly for you guys.
Well,
not only will you need to give up the money for it, but you'll need someone like me or somebody with at least some sort of skills like mine to be able to compress it very well, and that could get expensive.
How expensive?
Let's just say not even I've really done that yet. I don't really need to anymore because I'm no longer an official or anything, but whenever we were doing things, it was the main reason why we didn't try to get more than one style. She sort of changes back to her Miss Prague form, as she does. This wasn't always the style we had in mind, by the way. We had to get rid of the other one.
What was the other one?
This one makes for a good normal Navi, though.
What was the other style?
The other style I used to have gave me some power over water, but ended up not being very useful in the long run. Not with any of the chips that we mostly used in the beginning. It was still rather nice, though.
Water, though. I know with the situation at the park, something that can use water would be certainly helpful.
Well, we still have the style laying around if you ever need it. At the same time, again, it would be hard for you to be able to, she motions over to you, but use more than one at the moment.
No, I think somebody doesn't have a style still.
Well, if you can show them over to me, I can always either let them take mine, of course, or we could work on trying to install the old style that we used to have.
Hmm.
It may be a bit of a interesting style for them. I used to call it beach style, after all.
I see. Hmm. Oh, when they get here, you'll probably end up seeing anyway. I should clarify there is, another me around.
Another you?
Yes. Well, technically there's 3 now. Let's focus. Yes, I'm not sure of the details, but there's a duplicate of me.
Hmm. She kind of looks you up and down. Is that why you're not in that other form that I saw you before? I thought you might have got rid of it.
That is because of one of the duplicates.
Hmm.
One that's now trapped in the undernet.
Like I mentioned before, it's not a common thing for Navis to duplicate like that, but it's not uncommon, I suppose. We are just data in the end, after all. Copying over our data is definitely plausible.
Oh, yes, I was just explaining so you wouldn't be surprised when there was another me here.
She gives a nod. Either way, you notice that the network seems to be somewhat being tampered with. You see that a Mr. Prague comes over. Someone's at the door. Someone's at the door. My fucking god, my voice. Anyway,
That's a weird fucking Mr. Pro.
I can't fucking talk, man.
No, it's okay, man.
As you guys see what appears to be camera feed of Alan sitting outside, just sort of waiting, and you see eventually, I believe that the ones that were in the copy bots were Bug Vader and Yome. So, what Paradox C2? Which one of you are going inside the net to get Cross?
Let's go get her.
So Watt's definitely going in. Anybody else?
C2 doesn't need to go in.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can telepathically communicate with her like a weird goddamn double twin.
Damn straight.
What do you have against traits?
Okay. If that's it, then Watt makes his way inside.
Where am I?
You're in a copy bot currently.
Yeah, you're in a copy bot unless you
That's
want
why
to
I
leave
was
the copy
asking
bot
either
and go to
Paradox
the
Man or
network.
C2 if they wanted to go in.
But
Because Alan is
are
not
we-
going physically in. He's like, nah. This is
I know what
stream
happened
day.
last time.
Where are we physically on the map?
We're in front of Miss Toki's house.
Yeah.
That doesn't help me.
Okay.
so-
You know,
I'm not asking you to do anything currently, so don't worry. That's why I asked the others.
You're in a robot. You can't do things for this.
Okay.
That's
I'm
why I was
just
asking Paradox
looking
and
for
C-
a tab or something.
Don't worry. What end up making their way inside? What you go into the network. As you do, you see what appears to be Night Bunny, as well as someone you haven't seen before. But that someone seems to have a symbol A guy or symbol at guy and El Pedro with them.
what's going on here?
Hi, what?
How do you know my name?
I think Paradox would have gotten said.
Answer sooner next time than Anthony. I'm kidding. Paradox is also there.
Just a brief silence. Oh, right. She changes back.
Hey.
I like the whole neon thing you had going on for a second. There.
Oh, girl. Wait a minute.
You alright, Watt?
Ah, fuck.
I mentioned mixing records, didn't I?
It was mentioned.
Yeah.
Yes.
Doesn't mean I have a good memory.
That doesn't mean I can't say that I don't know.
I can still be surprised by this 80s nightmare.
I'm sorry, she just looks like she was thrown into like an 80s MTV video and then spit it back
She
out.
looks
It's
like
not my problem.
she looks like someone threw her into a vat of liquefied Lisa Frank.
Like I said, you guys still looking out to the camera, seeing the outside. You just see Alan sitting on the stairs.
Oh, that's probably
As
fair.
he's just
Young
like,
man's just sitting
nope.
next to him.
Oh, wow, we were also just talking about you.
Huh?
Because if I remember right, you don't have a style change?
Oh, I don't. Yeah, it's true.
Oh,
I
you're
was
the
supposed
one.
to come here, but I think you beat me to it, Cross. What are you guys? What are you doing here the whole time, anyway?
Moderating. Not that. Moderating.
Define moderating.
Night Bunny interrupts this as she goes over toward Watt and begins looking Watt all over. And to be fair, I have wondered what beat style would look like on a boy. Although,
what?
if you really wanted my night style, that could also work, I think.
I feel like I'm losing I feel like I'm losing a thread of conversation. What's going on?
Well, you just said that you were looking for a style, didn't you?
I said I had no style. I said you asked me to come here at some point because we all for some reason decided to divide the style changes at some point, and then I forgot.
What has no style? What has no grace? This Navi has a funny face.
Oh my god. Mew Mew style, Mew Mew grace, Mew Mew power in your face. Anyway,
I went out. I went out.
There is no out.
Mew
Only
Mew power RP after this. Anyway, so
He can sign me up.
When he needs to and stretch his arms out just
oh my fucking god, Will. But you do see that Night Bunny basically is just looking over Watt and like lifting up his arms and stuff like that, looking him over. How do you feel about beachwear?
I am ambivalent about beachwear. It is. Where is this going?
Go ahead.
Miss Prague here has a water element style that they can't currently use.
Okay.
The park needs water.
Yes.
You having the water style could help. If you wanted it.
Well,
Again, there's always the night style as well that we'd already talked about.
no, I feel like water might be a interesting idea considering the park.
Considering you just splash somebody and then switch back.
We'd have to figure out exactly how to get it to work out for you, but as she just kind of like again looks you around, like just sort of like circling you around. If we were to get things settled with that, I've never installed a new style into somebody who's never obtained it before. It could be interesting.
Oh, you know what they say about first times? I don't know what they say about first times. I don't know why I said that. I'm so sorry.
I know they say there is one for everything.
There we go.
That.
That one.
Although, if you guys do listen to what I just told Cross and end up upgrading yourselves, none of this will really matter anyway, because then you can have up to two, I believe up to two style changes.
I mean, I suppose, but I think the whole park thing is a little bit more urgent.
And then we can trade them like Pokemon cards.
That won't happen. Unless Squeaky wants to give up all the money for all the different style changes. Anyway,
I will never
The
give
economy's about
I
to
will never
crash.
give any one of you Shutter Style. I got this one for my own reasons, entirely selfishly.
Oh, damn it, Squeaky.
as you see that she seems to be going like looking over you, what that does open up the new possibilities, because again, everybody else has already gotten their style. You're the only one that has not so far.
Yeah.
You getting either beach style or night style could be rather good for anything. You could also ask any of the other Navis for styles, obviously. She's not sure exactly how to get it done, but I'm sure that if you keep in contact with Night Bunny or try to go and talk to her at some point to start this up, would probably be good. However, you guys also know that Alan wanted to get home very soon after everything that happened.
Right now, I just feel sexualized, and I would also like to
It's alright, we're just imagining you in a swimsuit.
stop doing that.
Night Bunny ends up going back over toward the software things that she still seems to have up. A lot of the windows and things seem to be closing off. She looks back to all of you. Well, I suppose that you all had a full day over by the police station, did you not? Maybe you all should go and lay down for a bit until we can talk about this at another time.
That is a smart idea. The station was something. Paradox would probably tell you more about it. Isn't that right, Paradox?
I am unsure if I should talk about too many things.
It's a secret now. All right, come on, Cross.
It's a secret now.
It's really,
I don't make the rules.
I mean, it's not really a rule. It's just something I decided just now.
I don't make the guidelines.
Crow starts waving goodbye. Goodbye, Miss Pro. Okay.
She gives a wave to you guys as you guys end up making your way out. You guys notice at the very end that she seems to get into her copy bot as well to just sort of check on Miss Toki. As you guys leave the comfort of the network and make your way back into the PET. Vader and Yome, you guys were sitting outside. Not long is going to pass, so there's not a ton you guys really need or can do right now. But if there's anything you guys wanted to do while the other two were inside getting cross, you definitely can. It's just not a lot of time has passed.
That's fair. She would probably just stay silent and just keep an eye on how Alan's been feeling ever since they left the police station. How he's
Alan
been
seems
looking.
to be very contemplative. He was like that over the course of the train ride as well. You note that he seems to be kind of trying to go over the notes that you ripped in half as he's kind of like putting them together and like looking at them.
You told me to throw those out.
I was meaning not give them to them.
I was never planning to.
You 100% were told to do that, but you know, whatever.
Oh, I don't remember that part.
That's why you were taking notes in the first place.
Oh, well, whoops.
But yes, either way. As he is just sort of like thinking to himself, going over things. If nobody has anything to do right there, then you guys can start heading back to Allen's. And we can actually say Allen's at this point.
Yeah.
Because it belonged to him.
Yeah, it belonged to him.
One thing, do you want to text me some of the stuff Bug would know, or?
Bug would know about what?
Exactly.
Well, you said there was some stuff you wanted to tell me about Bug's thing.
Yeah, definitely. But at the same time, like, currently, it's not relevant. You know what I mean?
I know, it just... Bug seems like the kind of guy that would, like, let Vader know in private, in secrecy, so I'll have it be like, so what? And not right now. What do you mean?
There's not even... here's the big thing. This Bug wouldn't know anything about, first off, all the other bugs and things like that that's going on. Because he's not a part of any of that.
I'm talking about the internet. Like,
and the only other things he would really know was the start of the undernet stuff, which at the same time, technically, I don't want to say everything out loud because obviously we can't really go into it a lot. But the card that you ended up using, again, that is the card that can basically create new data. This Bug would only know as much as when the card was created, because technically he's kind of a copy of Bug.
Okay.
So I'll get into what exactly that means in a little bit. But just going home and like talking through there, he would give you the smallest bits of information he probably could, because without explaining everything to you, things would be kind of weird.
All right. I mostly want to know so I know where Bug's mind is right now.
Currently, the only thing, from what you do understand with what happened with Mephisto, and this would be something that he would know would not have been a lie. He has been basically going through the undernet, trying to figure out the different ways to get out of it. Because one of the big things that Mephisto was doing was stopping the other cross from leaving. You would also know some things that I'm going to tell you about the Yellow Devil, but that's going to be something that is for a little bit later.
Yeah, that seems like something he'll be like, I don't feel comfortable talking about this in a prison.
Yeah. it's also, again, because it wasn't amazingly relevant, the stuff that he will say about different things, it's not something that we needed to go over immediate.
Alright.
But we can definitely say he has told you these things, and you knowing that it is not something that is immediately something to go over, you don't have to go over it immediately.
Alright.
But that does not mean that different things aren't going to happen when you guys get home, which is why I'm trying to get you guys to get home. You
So how
guys,
are projects going?
you guys end up making your way out once Watt, Paradox, and Cross make their way back. Where's C? There's C2. Get in the PET. As you guys find your way back, Alan, Yome, and Vader end up going inside. C2, you end up getting to the net to the point where you can turn off the security and then let everybody inside and then turn it back on.
Mhm.
Upon doing that, I would like for Cross and C2 to roll me for their scans.
Cross scan. 8.
And then a C2.
And C2. Nat 20.
Hey!
Damn.
Cross has a lot of other things on her mind currently. There's a lot of things going
today.
on. You've solved things today. You've also had, like, you know, some of the things talking about with the faceless Navi, who you're not sure is actually the faceless Navi yet. You just got some things on the noggin. Copy Cross, however, would note that she feels another one of those rifts inside the network.
Alan, one of the problems has come back again.
Again? Didn't we just take care of one earlier today?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Either they can only do them one at a time, or frequency is increasing.
We'll look into what it is in just a bit then. Maybe we should figure out exactly what this is before we move on. We know that it has to be something in the house, right?
Yes.
He looks over toward Vader and Yome, and then he looks to the PET. Can you guys come out and help us look then? Just for a little bit.
No, it's fine. If there's more, I'll tell you later. Just go for now. Come on, we're together. I'll be right behind you. Well, inside you. That's worse. Behind you. I'm going with that one again.
Alright.
We know it has to be something that, I don't know, that's different. Paradox, what? Cross or other Cross? Do any of you want to come out and help look?
You can get right on it.
Seems like
Paradox and what comes out? There's only one copy bot remaining. Which one's coming out? Cross or Copy Cross?
And so the war begins.
Cross is coming out?
Me.
All right, then I'll have to say something with Copy Cross in a minute. But the five of you and Alan are now out of things. You guys look over toward Alan. Again, he seems somewhat stressed out from what just happened, having to talk with Anastasia and the fact that a fucking EMP went off inside of a room he was in.
yeah, it seemed pretty. Yeah.
As Alan looks off to you guys, I'll check outside over at the doghouse and different things. With the security up, you guys can't go out there. I'd say just look around for anything that is different. I really don't know what we're looking for, to be fair. I'll be back.
Okay.
Make his way outside.
I am going to check the kitchen.
Yome's gonna
Sounds like
check.
a plan.
Gonna search the kitchen. The rooms that are remaining in the house, you guys know that there is the hallways, there is the bathroom, there is Alan's dad's room, there is Alan's room, and there is the living room.
I mean, I had checked, like, his dad's room before, and I didn't see anything that could cause this.
We can't discount the fact we may have just missed it, but we should probably search new places first.
Yeah.
The places you guys did not search very thoroughly were the living room and the kitchen and the halls before. But again, there is still the bathroom, Alan's room, Alan's dad's room.
This is the group I'm in, right?
You were all outside in your copybots looking around. Yes.
All right.
We basically just need to know which room you guys are searching.
Okay. Here's my okay. So it's like what, like living room, like
Living room, halls,
halls,
bathroom, Alan's
Bathroom?
dad's room, Alan's room. Yome already has the kitchen.
yeah, and we have checked Alan's room and Alan's dad's room.
Yep, and you've also checked the bathroom somewhat.
Okay, so we're only left with the hallway. and
Again,
the
like
living room?
Cross said, there's no going with the whole like you guys.
Oh yeah,
might have
but let's
missed
start with the
something, but
first
yeah.
thing that we've already like. Let's start with what we haven't
I'll
checked
search
yet.
the living room.
All right,
All right,
Cross is
I'll
going
go
living room.
to the hallway.
Hallways. All right, so Yome's in the kitchen, Cross is in the living room, Watt's in the hallways. Bug Vader and Paradox, do you guys want to help with one of those searches, or do you guys want to search one of the other rooms?
I think I'll search.
I'll search with Watt.
Okay. You guys are gonna search the halls? In the halls! Anyway.
In the hall.
Sorry, my audio is not being good. And what's the one place we haven't looked at yet?
You guys, everybody's searching places already. Like all the places are being
Oh,
searched.
okay. I guess I'll help.
Bathroom, I don't think.
We have the last time you guys looked, you guys searched Alan's dad's room, Alan's room, and the bathroom. Now you guys are searching the kitchen, the living room, and the halls. There's literally no place that has not been searched. You can research one of the other three, or you can go with one of these guys to theirs.
Guess I'll help out, Yome.
Okay, you guys are both going to the kitchen. Watt and Vader.
Mm-hmm.
You guys make your way into the halls, which are the areas between rooms, as well as the staircase and the large closet area where you guys keep all of your copybots. You guys do know when it comes to things that are new in the house, quote unquote, the newest thing that you would think of in the halls immediately is all of the copybot stands
Yeah.
that you guys were given, because you guys were given them from multiple different sources. You guys were given most of them by Scilabs and one of them by the police station. As you guys look through the closets and then kind of like look through the halls themselves, where exactly do you guys want to search in particular? Do you guys want to try to find something else in the halls, or do you guys want to search the closets and the copybot pedestals?
What do you mean by something else? Like just like anything else in specific?
Basically,
or?
if you want to see if anything else has been added to this place, or if anything else is looking like it could be new in the halls.
Well, I'm gonna check the closet.
Okay.
Okay,
Vader's
well, while
gonna
he's
check the
doing that,
closet and look around through the pedestals.
I was
Oh,
You're cutting out what?
ah! I came to the terrible realization as I was saying, I can probably check what else is new, and I'm like, oh, I'm not super familiar with this hallway. Huh. Well,
Also, apparently Vader is in Lotus form.
yeah.
he just wants to be in Lotus form. Well, let's give it the good old college try and see if there's anything that's new.
Okay. Bug Vader, go ahead and give me a scan while you're looking in the closets and looking through the pedestals.
So, how you liking the place, Watt?
You hear a weird noise coming from Vader's head.
Vader, that weirdness is happening again. Is that Bug?
Yeah, it's Bug.
Hi, Bug.
You didn't answer my question.
I believe it's a nice place for Mr. Garnet. Kind of weird that they left the whole house to him, but
What?
oh, you didn't hear
Alan's the homeowner now. We get to work on the shingles.
on the what now?
We get servants for those, Vader. No, we don't get servants. But they literally want money. We give them the money to provide services for us.
Okay, this is not a time to be a comedical sidekick duo. You check the closets. I'll be checking for anything else.
Vader,
Please.
as
I
you're
will
looking through the closets, you do notice one thing about the pedestals that are in the closets.
Yeah.
One of them out of the 5 is different than the others. As you look through, at first you're thinking the one that's different must be the one that's from the police station. However, you note that that's not the case. The one that seems to be different is the one that seemed to come with Watt's copybot.
Hey, Watt, can you come here for a second?
Yeah, I'm here. What's going on?
I think something's up with the one you gave us.
Which one?
Watt came in with all of them.
This one.
Watt, you look over at what he seems to be showing you. You see that he seems to be motioning over toward the place where the copybot you usually are in seems to usually dock itself. As you look over toward it and check where he's at, roll me for a scan again.
Okie dokie. Where am I? Where's my table? Where am I? I'll put 1 Simspiration.
Cool.
13. Then, so 13 plus 7
That's an unnatural 20.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, I do want to make sure that we have all of the spalations taken care of in case we get to the other people's.
Okay.
The Pokeman gave $10 about an hour ago when we were doing the thing with Jake. I don't know what's happening right now, but I'm almost caught up. Can't wait to see y'all live again. Inspiration to Alan.
Soon.
And Crazy Fox also gave $10. Says, Jake, come on.
I was trying.
Actually, I'm sorry to stop. Is there anything else you have to say about donations right now?
I don't think so, no.
Can I use Breakthrough?
Oh. Yeah. Give me a minute. Let me get
Okay.
Jake his spalations. That will definitely work here. You remember what Breakthrough does, right?
Yeah.
Breakthrough basically will give you a hint and or basically solve a puzzle situation for you, which is very good for you in this situation especially. As what you begin looking around trying to figure out what could be the difference in this situation. You have the unnat 20 and the breakthrough card aiding you in this situation. As you look at your own copybot station, you notice that there appears to be an upgrade there.
Huh?
Your station seems to have been made to handle larger amounts of electricity, obviously because of the way that you are. You didn't notice at first, but it does seem like Abel had yours specially made.
Huh.
As you look around at the different cables and things like that, you notice that a part of this station seems to be able to come out and be able to be used in different ways. You basically can see that even though you have your battery pack on you currently, the one that's kind of just like tied to your image data, there seems to be an actual battery pack that is inside of your station here. One of the ones that you would have used whenever you were handling the electrical stuff down in Scilabs. As this is being said, because of the breakthrough card, this is not going to be the only thing I give you for it, but it is going to be one of the things. You reach down as you get rid of your the image of the battery pack on you. You sort of sync yourself up with the station and get your real battery pack aligned onto you. With this battery pack on, while you have things going on, you can use your abilities.
What the fuck?
You can use your abilities, Discharge, Shine, and Charge Tank. You cannot use Cyberstorm.
Thank God. I'm like, Abel's like, I'm gonna make a bomb.
He does care.
He does scare.
You notice that once you sync up with this, the most immediate thing that seems to come from it is there appears to be a note specifically for you from your old master.
Oh.
The note itself says that he's trusting you to protect the future president.
Oh.
You are the only one that he can trust with this job.
Oh.
I've made a terrible mistake.
What do you mean? Did you accidentally do something spy-worthy? Or are you betraying us? Don't sound so scared, Bug.
The good news is I don't think anything that could be causing anything could be coming from here. I just seem to have a...
Very similar to Flick. You seem to have a customized copybot now that you notice that this can be attached to you.
Daddy fucking cares and I don't know what to do about it.
As you sync up with the new technology, it does take you a little bit to do so. Upon getting synced up, you try out to see the things you can do. You let out a bit of a shine, which you do know is the thing that seems to give a shine to different sorts of cyber beings in the main world. As you do, you notice that you send out a pulse around the rest of the home. Upon doing so, you note that you can't go out of the home because of the network being locked down, but you do notice what appears to be 3 signals coming from upstairs that do not seem to be tied to appliances.
Oh.
There seems to be a signal in Alan's dad's room, a signal in the bathroom, and a signal in Alan's room. It does not. None of them seem to be tied to appliances or tied to the actual network. In fact, Alan's room has quite a lot of signatures, but you know what a few of those are.
Yeah. Oh no, we found the 50 drives of lost porn. Made it.
Looking around, you're pretty sure, looking over at the rest of the home, which is to say here in the hallway and off to the living area and the kitchen, there doesn't seem to be anything different that's not connected to the network or has been connected to the network for quite a while.
Okay.
What's up,
Basically, there's nothing new there.
There's nothing new there. It's whatever is new is upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Vader.
Yeah.
Okay, so the thing with this good news is this is not bad. The other news is that I think I have an idea of where something might be. It's gonna.
Right. Let's go.
Let me finish the sentence, Vader.
Oh, okay. As Vader slowly moves away from breaking the door. I mean,
Vader, we're going to think before we act. For once.
Ooh, getting called out by him. I like him now. Wait a minute. You're taking my job. Never mind.
Can I continue now?
You may.
Okay. There seem to be this battery pack. This kind of sent the pulse out, and there seem to be 3 signals upstairs. I don't know what they are, but they're not appliances. One of them might be our thing.
All right. Gets his gun ready. Whoa, you got that to work?
Wait, you can't use that.
Kindly go there. Aim your non-shooting gun at whatever's there and get them to escape, weren't you? I would have tried tackling them. You probably still have safety mode on this thing, don't you?
I'm going to go now.
I'm going to go now.
Tell me when you figure it out, Bug and Vader. I'm going to inform the others.
Basically, from what you just gained from the breakthrough card, you gained, first off, this, because this was not supposed to be shown to you for quite a bit. The whole, I was just going to give you a small upgrade for noticing it at first, but the whole battery pack thing was not supposed to be given to you for a while.
Now I'm just going to cry.
But you also, with the breakthrough card, have limited your options down to 3 rooms instead of 6.
Yeah, okay.
before we continue forward, and you go and let the others know, Yome, you and Paradox are searching the kitchen.
Yeah.
As the two of you are searching the kitchens, I'd like to know just about any appliance you guys can kind of think of is in here. There's microwave, there's stove, there's yada yada yada, refrigerator. Everything is connected to the network, just like any modern home in this era would have, including the dishwasher, the Roomba. I don't fucking know. Anyway,
Fucking.
Roomba is here to defend everything.
the Roomba has a gun on it.
I like this Roomba.
Wants you to forget what you saw.
I would
Roomba-
like to know what exactly are you guys looking for here in the kitchen. Are you guys willing to look in any of the things in particular? You guys want to do anything else while you're here? What's going on?
That's that thing of she would have looked through any of the cabinets that had any appliances, because there have been times where she has looked through them, and anything that looks like it would be amiss, upon finding nothing, she would start looking for chocolate.
What?
Because chocolate has to be the ultimate evil.
No, because she has another idea after seeing Alan all stressed out.
You know, it'd be a great idea, Yome. Instead
Yeah.
of making chocolate for him, fixing the problem. I'm kidding. No. Alan wouldn't say it, so I had to say it. But you look around. You do notice that none of the appliances seem new in any way. And if that's all that you're really interested in, you do find. Actually, we had just gone over the fact that you didn't have a lot of ingredients for cookies before. So let's go ahead and roll to see if you can find chocolate.
Or cocoa powder.
Go ahead and give me a scan.
And that was before his dad decided to hightail it.
You
You
think
find
he
some
had
juice,
the
some
wherewithal to
sauce?
get him food?
Maybe.
A little bit of
What am I
dressing?
what am I rolling again?
You're rolling for your scan.
Alrighty. I'll put one inspiration in this scan.
Okay.
15.
That's gonna be a +2.
So 15 is Wait, are we doing
Oh
inspiration
wait,
like
yeah,
Zelda now?
I'm dumb.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Okay,
I'm
no,
a
15
dumbass. Shut the fuck
15
up.
plus
All right, so that is
it's an
a
18.
18. We need to update Navi to the other program. Anyway,
Oh boy.
as you are looking around, you do find what appears to be some cocoa powder. No actual chocolate.
No, that's fine. Cocoa powder works too.
Okay. You gonna try to make something?
She's
Good
gonna
God.
she's gonna look for some milk,
Mm.
and we're gonna make Alan some hot chocolate.
No, Squeaky, you need heavy cream.
No.
So,
She's just-
you do note Paradox that Yome seems to have look around and then immediately starts making hot chocolate. She's gone.
That's the thing of like, look through the cupboards, nothing looks amiss, everything's where it needs to be. I found cocoa powder. I can use this.
All right, I guess that's just happening now.
So Paradox, what are you wanting to do here? Are you wanting to look for anything in particular? Are you wanting to see if anything is amiss? I'd like to know exactly what you feel like the kitchen could be a threat to the world here.
Well, I wasn't expecting just fucking give up and make hot chocolate. That's what we
She
are.
didn't give up. She did her search, found nothing amiss. You haven't come up with anything, and she found chocolate. Okay, she just found chocolate.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure Yome walked in, looked at all the appliances, and go, "Nope, these are all the appliances we usually have. Hey, look, chocolate."
Yeah.
Instead of looking at any other fucking room in the house.
Huh. Well, I guess shit. If all the appliances are fine, or that all the things they're connected to don't have any anomalous things trying to dig into them. I'm not sure what to do.
If you don't have anything in mind, you could just move on to another room if you'd like.
Yeah. I suppose if She knows this place better than me, so I guess if she says it's all right in here.
Okay. We'll have you start moving your way over toward the living room while she's making hot chocolate. Cross.
Hello.
While you're here in the living room, you do remember that the bit of the layout here is there is a large television that is up against the wall, like just sort of a monitor basically up against the wall directly on the other side of the door. There are the chair, the smaller couch, and the larger couch that is there that Alan and the others usually use, and you had first seen Alan's father on before. Other than that, the living room itself doesn't have a ton of different things. There is a fireplace here that seems to be completely controlled by the net. And you see that there appears to be the actual main control area for most of the other like appliances and heating things in the house. That doesn't seem like it's new at all. What would you like to look into while you're here?
A thing you mentioned is because it slipped my mind because it like in actual no, from what I remember only came up in episode 1. Just basically all appliances in the house are connected or can be like accessed through the net.
Most of them, yes.
Hmm.
The only things that you know are not immediately connected to the net is the stuff that is in Alan's father's room. Some of the stuff that he has there is not really connected. Not to mention, when it comes to the bathroom itself, a lot of the stuff in the bathroom is not connected to the net.
Yeah. But what she would have been doing is coordinating with herself, being like, all right, let's go through all the obvious appliances. Because hypothetically, if it was the TV, and the TV was not on the network, that kind of makes the TV sus. That kind of thing.
The TV is on the network.
Yeah, I know. But that was just an example of what she's
hypothetical. You do note that the TV is on the network. Again, the fireplace itself seems to be on the network. The larger couch seems to be on the network. Not the smaller one or the chair. And you do again note that the most of these things can be moved around with the pad that's on the wall. Around the time you start looking around and actually seeing all the different things that are there, and again, the only thing that seems to be coming out as odd is the fireplace and the couch. Paradox is making his way in.
Hello, Paradox.
Hello. Any luck?
No, so far.
Can I arrest something? I don't really feel like I can do anything else. I'm playing.
Me and myself are going through the obvious appliances and making sure they're on the network. Of course, for all we know, the thing that may be having something wrong with it might not even be an appliance or could be inside an appliance.
And how do we check those?
Open them up, but I don't think we would want to do that without Alan's permission. Then that would require somebody being able to come into the house for an extended period of time, open and implant something.
Are you sure the wall's been up the whole time?
Yes.
Cross would say, other than the times that you guys have been coming and going, yes. And from what you guys had saw during the last time, it took a while for that rift to kind of get larger after the net went down, or after the wall went down. So you're
my cat
fairly
has kicked
sure
my keyboard off my desk.
Yeah, you're fairly sure that everything's been secured.
My cat has taken the spot of my keyboard.
Ah, shit.
Back kitty.
Back kitty.
She's just laying here like, love me.
Well, Cross is unable to move. A robot cat has gotten onto her.
It's fine. Everything's fine. How are you?
She eats it into the fireplace. I'm kidding.
How dare you?
But yes, with that, are any of the do you guys want to try to check any of the appliances here, or are you pretty sure that they are most likely not new, since one of them is embedded into the wall, one of them is on the wall, and one of them is a couch?
Yeah, like look at them for tampering, but
Yeah, it seems like a good idea.
because when it comes to things that are not new, there should be things like dust and clutter clinging to them. If something was tampered with, those things would be not there.
There is a decent amount of dust over on the fireplace area. You're pretty sure that it's connected to the house digitally, so that it can just be like basically the hub for the heating and cooling systems in the house. So they don't really ever make their way over to touch it very often. The TV itself is rather not dusty because it's very much in use a lot of the time. As either a monitor for you guys to be on, or for the Alan's dad to watch. The couch, you're happy does not have dust on it, because that would make a very dirty house. Checking out the functions, you do know that the fireplace is for the heating and cooling units. You do know that the TV is a TV, and as such is a TV. And as for the couch, you know that the couch seems to be connected to the network, both as a jack-in port to get to the actual network here, as well as it seems to be able to heat the cushions.
Amazing.
Fancy.
That's amazing.
You are then pretty sure now why Alan's dad seems to always be laying on the couch.
It all makes perfect sense. It's all coming together.
Actually, I'm just lazy.
Other than that, you're not really sure if anything is tampered with. As far as the network itself is concerned, you guys do know that nothing seemed odd as far as like virus activity whenever you guys were there before, and C2, upon being in the network currently, would also say that there's no real virus activity happening currently.
Yeah.
The jack-in ports in this place don't go to their own individual networks. Again, even the couch would go to the main network, not any individual networks. So going inside of them wouldn't really do much of anything.
What the hell are these anomalies?
It is around this time that Watt and Vader would come back inside. Watt, you would have your new information with you. And Yome, you would be finishing your cocoa, I guess.
Just like walk in, I have information. Yome's doing fucking cocoa. Okay,
I've got. Well, yeah, she'd wait for she'd group up with everyone, but also be waiting for Alan to come back. It's not for her.
Just like a single stare at her, and then anyway,
just like looks at her, looks at the cocoa, narrows eyes.
No narrowing of eyes. It's just like, okay.
You lazy bitch.
I guess that's something that's happening today.
Vader and Yome, I expected this gluttonous behavior from Jean, but you?
It's not for me.
But no, he's not actually saying that because I don't think he knows John's crepe thing.
Because it doesn't exist, you see.
Goddamn weird.
It never existed. That was all me.
I know.
I blame Yome. Either way.
Can I get your attention, please?
Mm-hmm.
I believe that I may have found something of interest.
Oh.
So when we were checking the stands, right? And I actually found there was a compartment in mine, which had this battery pack right here. It set the poles, and there's some things that aren't appliances upstairs. It might be the thing causing the thing we're trying to solve, but I'm not quite sure yet.
So, should we have you go upstairs and pulse again in each room?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's go.
I know the pulse thing is a little bit more explaining, but just trust me on this one.
No, I trust you.
Thank you, Cross.
Should we try to get Alan's attention to get him back inside?
You go over and start looking out the
just
window.
Just like a sad dog.
You go over and start looking out the window. You notice Alan's over by these trees way over here, not looking at all in your direction.
No, she starts knocking on the windows.
Yome.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yome.
Yome.
What?
You can just leave the cocoa there, and when he comes back, you can give it to him.
I'm trying to get his attention so that he can come upstairs and look with us.
I believe, but I think he seems to still be checking outside.
Well, he should be checking me out.
Okay.
What would have explained that their pulse would not have been able to reach outside because of the thing going
Oh,
on.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
So you
Alrighty
guys,
then,
are,
it could
you
be
guys are on
anything out there.
lockdown currently, so
Okay.
It's
him
like,
being outside is
I
still
too.
needed.
I too am
that's
staring
fair.
like a sad
Alrighty.
dog.
Alrighty. Now that I'm picking up what's being put down,
Yeah.
she will
You
follow
are,
everybody.
you're picking up. I have no idea what's going on anymore.
Do
Go
you,
on.
do you want to?
Follow the
What are
team.
you doing with your Coco, Yome?
Man, is there anything that he would be passing by on the way to his room that would be a good
The
place
kitchen?
for the?
You just sit it like over on like the on the coffee table, like, look at his hot cocoa here, Alan. Don't you? There's probably something like a partition in the kitchen that allows like for the sink and for like a some sort of a what's that? What is it
some
called?
sort of counter that you
Yeah,
pass
like
by
countertop
and
something
see.
like that. Yeah, so
She
if you wanted to, you could put it there.
she would leave it there. She
Okay.
would leave it there.
Okay.
All right.
I made it extra hot, so if he takes a bit more time, it'll still be warm.
How hot did you make it?
Very.
It's going to kill him.
It's actually boiled.
McDonald's here.
It's
It's not
like-
it's not
torture.
McDonald's lawsuit hot. No, it's just like instead of like 140, it's like 160.
That's
So
better.
going upstairs.
blow on it a
which,
little.
do you guys want to all stay together since Watt's going to be doing the pulse thing?
But sure, yeah.
Oh yeah. Also, Watt, is there a limit on how many times you can do it?
I was about to get to that. What? You see that you have 2 charges currently on your thing.
Mhm.
Your shine usually takes 2 charges. However, your battery pack would have been fully charged. So
Yeah.
I'm going to give you 2. You will have 6 charges currently, which means you can use shine 3 more times.
Mhm.
2. So if you fuck up or have to use it more than once in a room, then we'll see.
Well, there will be a problem. I believe I should have enough for around maybe 2 to 3 more.
Then we should probably stay together and go room by room.
Hmm.
Which room do you guys want to go for first? Alan's room, Alan's dad's room, or the bathroom?
Alan's dad's room is my suggestion.
Are you guys fine with that?
I don't see a problem with that.
No problem here.
Peter? Alright.
You all make your way to Alan's father's room, as you guys do. You guys look around the room again, just seeing it, this normal room with the briefcase sitting on the bed. The closet halfway open because that's where you found most of the deed and everything like that to the place. And as you guys are looking around the area immediately, you let off a small little pulse of the electricity. Let me go ahead and put these 2 back in here. There we go. Looking around the room, you guys can tell that the things that are giving off any sort of signature here that are not connected to the main network is the briefcase. Seems to be giving off its own sort of network. The bedside table, like the little side dresser thing, like side bed table. You know what I mean. Seems to be giving off a bit of something from like one of the drawers, and the closet seems to be giving off a bit of a shine as well.
Okay, alright.
All
so
3
these-
of them seem to have something in them or around them that's giving off their own network.
Boop, boop, boop. I already checked the weird fucking hell briefcase.
Yeah, as you look at the briefcase, you can easily tell upon getting closer that the only thing giving off anything is a small card-like object inside the briefcase, and you know exactly what that is.
Oh, a small card-like object inside the I'm
This
gonna
is
pull it up
basically-
again to see if it's still weird.
This is basically for if you hadn't have noticed that in the beginning.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's whatever that card was. It is some sort of an identity changing ID thing. Because
Okay, so this is still here.
as you pick it up again, it seems to give you that name that it gave you before, which I can't remember off the top of my head.
Ronan, right?
Ronan, yeah, sure.
I could have said anything and you would have been like, yeah.
And
I'm
it seems to again have its face kind of change. That seems to be what's giving off the thing inside of the briefcase.
Okay,
But
so this is so
there are 2 other
weird.
things. There's the closet and there's the bedside table.
Can you guys check the closet and the bedside table really quick?
I'll take the table.
All right. Closet.
All right. As those two make their way off to their to the different places, Paradox, you open up the closet. You again find the large case-like thing that has the imprint of a gun on it. Inside the little cushiony area. Looking around it, you notice that there does appear to be a jack-in port to the case. That seems to be the case itself. Seems to be what's giving off the network inside of the closet. You're not sure if it's a new thing or not because, well, again, you guys have only ever came into Alan's dad's room very recently. Cool beans, Paradox. All right, so
My microphone is having issues. So, I guess can I tell it all if it's like a freshly installed thing, or is it just it's a box?
Looking at the case itself, and because you've seen the way that the newly added ports and other places seem to look like, this seems to be something that was made into the case, as in it's not something that was added onto it later.
All right. He'll let everyone know that there's a jack-in port in this gun case.
Okay.
That's probably what's giving the signal.
You guys learn that there appears to be a isolated network there. As Cross, you go over to the bedside table. You start looking through the different things that are there, and that's when you find something very interesting. Cross. You find Alan's dad's PET.
Oh.
Oh no! What?
Oh no!
We're also gonna find a body.
I'll just
body
check.
has been discovered.
Just pick that up. This is fine.
A body's been discovered.
You pick up the PET. As you do, you look into it. You activate the PET itself, so you can turn it on. Looking around, you do not see Marksman inside.
I'm just gonna just turn it back off then.
Mm-hmm.
Just hold on to this. This is fine. Everything's fine.
You're pretty sure that Marksman's PET is not new, so it's probably not the thing giving off the rift energy.
Mm.
But you go back to the others. Do you let them know?
Yeah, I found their PET.
That's concerning.
Marksman's PET?
Yes.
Shouldn't that be with him? Unless Marksman is in a copy bot, but even then.
You do know as well, whenever you guys had sent a message to Alan's father, you did get a reply, which is very odd since he did not have a PET.
I think we should show this to Alan when he's inside.
Mm-hmm.
We should just the secrets unravel then. I don't know how to connect to the weird deed to the house yet, but I guess we'll find out eventually.
Yeah, about that. Can you guys explain better?
There is no explanation.
We don't really understand it, but the house belongs to Alan now. Except it's a forged signature, so it's not actually a legally binding document.
Well, that never stopped me before.
We know.
That seems to be the only three objects here that are giving off any sort of shine. After about 5 minutes, the shine goes away.
That should be everything here then. We should probably move on.
That doesn't bode well.
Oh, definitely not, but we still have ground to cover, and I don't want to think about the implications of that PET.
Is it just me, or does this guy seem a lot more assertive than when I was last year?
Eh?
There are many possibilities for leaving behind a PET. Maybe he got an upgrade.
I mean, that is true.
That is a potential thing that can happen. People can upgrade PETs.
Let's stop guessing and let's keep looking for what we're actually focusing on.
Which room do you guys want to go to next? There are 2 more. The bathroom and
Where else
Alan's
did
room.
you feel it? What?
I feel like we might end up spending the most time in Alan's room, so let's get the bathroom off the check first.
You guys make your way to the bathroom. Shock beyond shock, using the shine ability here, getting rid of the 2 that is there, moving them into this little thing here. Shock beyond shock. The robot of Bug seems to be giving off its own network.
Is that me?
Don't worry.
We'll explain later.
Just don't think.
It's not for you.
It's not.
Yet.
Just don't worry about it. Don't.
However, something else seems to be giving off its own thing here. First off, you know for a fact that most of the things in the bathroom cross, since you had looked it up just recently, everything in the bathroom should be off of the network, because, you know, safety precautions, yada yada yada. I don't want to make things too hot and boil someone fucking alive. But not only are things supposed to be off the network here, there wasn't really anything on any sort of network here other than Bug. The mirror seems to be giving off its own network.
What? Is that normal? Wait, that's not.
That's
Is that
concerning.
what? That's not normal. Yeah.
That's very concerning.
All right.
Yes, the mirror should not be.
Whatever's in here.
You guys look at the mirror, you guys kind of go over it, and just like you guys have noticed before, looking off to the side of the mirror, there appears to be a jack-in port that was not there before.
Son of a
Very
bitch.
similar to how it was over at the hospital.
Was there anyone checking the mirror that we know of?
Has
The
anyone-
only other people that have ever been in this house, aside from Alan and his father, has been someone who stole Alan's image data and potentially Lotus.
Wasn't Savannah here?
And Savannah.
I
And Alan's friends, but I don't... Unless we're going to start suspecting all of the other kids.
We don't need to figure out who. We need to figure out what.
I'm going into. I think I'm going to go into the mirror.
Do you wish to make your way into the mirror paradox?
He actually he says outright that he's going to go into the mirror now.
Do you want me
You're by yourself?
By yourself? Without Alan to send you chips or anything like that?
I'll go with you if that'll help.
Let's check this.
How about we take note of the jack-in port for when Alan comes back, and then we check it out?
Yeah, I don't think it's going anywhere.
And besides, we don't know if I'll disappear if you...
All right.
And then we all just sat there.
We should check Alan's room now.
I will say, because you guys are in this room and now you guys have Bug. Bug,
Hey,
you feel like you could jump inside this thing.
You're
Oh,
all,
wait.
okay. You mean it is for him? No.
Yet.
You guys mind if I try something?
has any objection? Yeah, I can't speak. Has anyone objecting ever stopped you from doing anything beforehand?
Well, I thought I'd ask since we're friends, so... You are
Okay.
friends, right?
The courtesy is appreciated, though.
Bug, you yeet yourself across the room. As you do, bzz,
What the fuck? What was that bzz noise?
you guys...
He's in it now.
You guys see from the bathtub where this thing was laying inside of, it begins to move slightly. You guys have already declawed this thing, so you don't have to worry too much about that. But this thing begins to start moving, and Bug, you lift up from where you're standing as a tiny robot.
I do not like that.
First, the way he's gonna do it is he's gonna slowly move his fingers. Exterminate! Exterminate! I'm kidding!
He's just like, Yome just looks over on the bathtub and is just like, how does it feel?
Oh, feels great. Alan did a great job. I didn't think he'd make me one of these.
Alan didn't make it. World 3 did.
Oh!
Picks up. Picks up.
Bug, from what you can tell, this entire robot itself seems to be perfectly attuned to your data. The notable things that it can do, you feel like you have the ability to claw at things, but checking out your own claws, you note that you don't really have very sharp claws anymore. You feel like you are able to basically harm anyone in this room if you'd like to, including Alan, if you feel like to make your way out. You feel like there's no like protocols on you that would stop you from doing so. You do know that your hands can somewhat generate an electric charge, similar to that of a taser, which you guys have already seen that he can do. And most concerned, Bug, you feel like you can camouflage yourself.
What?
Uh-oh.
Ooh. Wait, so we're reading this? I just want to confirm that quick.
What's Bug asking? What was it?
It's a World 3 made this, not Alan.
That's the assumption.
I'm just gonna blah the entire Bug event in as succinct way as possible.
Bug, you are told about what happened over at the God, my fucking throat. You were told about what happened over at the warehouses.
Hey, Vader.
Yeah.
If I told
Looking
you...
at Vader, before you continue, Bug, you feel like if you, looking over at Vader and seeing like the hole in his head, you feel like you could easily make yourself at home in Vader's head.
That's concerning. And
As if whatever this is almost directly in tune to Vader's own programming.
Ooh. So,
You don't feel the same way for any of the others.
I got good news and bad news, everyone.
Oh joy.
Start with the bad news first. That way the good news is a little bit better.
Okay. So you made sure no one followed you, right, Paradox Vader?
Bug bots, we assume, have a certain range of movement.
They have told you that Alan found out that they are basically useless outside of a certain range.
Okay, that's good.
Which confuses me.
So let's try and stay away from that range for a few years, centuries. Don't go there.
Why?
And Bug's just going to jump onto the ceiling, be a little spider, and camouflage.
You guys see that Bug sort of jumps out of Yome's hands and like just sort of attaches himself upwards with what remains of his claws. It's rather hard initially, Bug, to do so because you feel like you should be able to do it better, but like without the claws, it's a little hard. However, you guys looking up, you notice that Bug camouflages himself, not perfectly, but looking up, if you were just to glance up and not worry about it, you would not have seen him.
Oh
no.
God.
That's very, very concerning.
That is... I have a thought. We should not try it until we go to the next room.
Okay.
I wonder if your pulse can pick it up all camouflaged.
Yeah, we should definitely in the next room.
That is...
I could probably charge a phone with this thing
As he charges his hand.
Please do not taste people in the house.
Do you guys want to
That's
make your way to Alan's room?
Yeah.
Bug,
Tell
do
me
you
just
want to do
hold-
anything about the whole Vader's head thing?
Should we,
No, I'm talking to Bug. Because Bug, like I said, you felt like you could potentially put yourself inside of Vader, but not anybody else.
E at first was just like instinctively gonna go in, then kind of realizes what he's in.
Don't take this the wrong way. I'm not going on your shoulder right now.
Why not?
Huh.
Oh.
Aw.
It's fucking... Why not?
Yome just
That
looks at
boy.
that and just like holds out her hands towards Bug. Do you want to be picked up?
It's not that. What if I'm programmed to do something if I'm inside your head in this thing?
Oh, okay.
you know, the whole entire reason the bugs swarmed us in the first place?
Mm.
That's smart. Good thinking.
Good thinking, you terrifying creature, you.
You little fuck.
I'm gonna ride on my new buddy.
As he goes on top of Watt and tries to like
You crawl
hang
inside
on.
Watt's ear and immediately.
Then you just like spider jump like a Yome Paradox.
He just fucking spider crawl. He just like instead he just walks past Yome, and you know how you see those squirrels climb up people's legs? That's fucking Bug.
He's just crawling up people.
You guys afterwards eventually make your way over toward Alan's room. I want to make sure we get through a lot of stuff in the night, so I'm just gonna skip over a little bit more of that. As you guys get into Alan's room, just to kind of speed through things, you are gonna use your thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys notice that quite a few things in Alan's room are giving off this thing. However, Bug,
Yeah.
I would like to know, are you trying to do anything as you know that this pulse is coming out? Are you trying to dodge it in any way?
Instinctively he will try.
All right.
So should I roll or?
Maybe you should camouflage that way.
I
if it
need
picks you up
I
again,
need you
it
to
works.
roll me for your speed. This is Bug speed, and Bug has only got he has half of your stats, so he has a 4. So roll me a 4, please.
That is not D20. That is. He's only doing it animalistically.
Again, because you just do it out of like just need to do it. You dodge out of the way, and you are not put on glowing. What you also know that, again, seeing him dodge it, that is something that Shine can do. Shine has that DC 17 check to avoid.
Yeah.
Hell.
So because he had to dodge it, you're pretty sure the others would be susceptible to this. However, they can try to dodge.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I don't want to be electrocuted, and that scared me a little. Sorry, Watt.
Right.
Crawling up.
You don't have to keep apologizing. It's useful data either way. All right. Let's
Looking
get to
around
checking.
the room, since you guys have had the pulse now, you guys see that first off, the mate box is giving off its own thing. You guys would have already known that. Some of the random junk that's in Alan's random junk pile is giving off some things. The flower itself is giving off something. You guys know that it has its own network and it has connected to the other network. So again, that's not something completely out of the ordinary. And one other thing in the room is giving off something. Briggs.
Huh?
Oh my god.
There's bugs in the seal.
Cause
It was supposed to be a joke.
Also, you guys note, Briggs is the newest thing brought into this house.
I'm going to tear open the seal now. It's glowing.
All of that for a moment.
What?
Like, what just happened? Hold on, where are we?
You guys
We
are in
saw a
Alan's
couple things
room, and
glowing.
the stuffed seal that Yome brought back from the aquarium is glowing.
Which is the newest thing in the house, by the way.
Paradox just looks at the seal. Yome just runs over to it.
Well,
Wait a
I'm-
minute.
I'm sure there's a sewing kit somewhere. Move.
I know, but can't we just feel around him first? Or
Feel around for what? It's as big as you and filled with fluff. What are you gonna feel it?
I don't know. Step on him a little bit.
Since,
What?
since Bug was on top of Yome that time because he's scared of what now, he's just gonna jump and start examining the seal with his hands.
What you begin? Not what. Blah, blah, blah. Bug, you begin examining the seal. Again, you have half of Bug Vader's stats. So, I would like you to roll me for a +2, please.
All right. Also, I drew stuff while you guys were looking.
It looks
You
hard.
just said Briggs. When you said and one more thing, I was like, no, no,
No.
no.
I'm sorry. Briggs was the imposter.
Imagine if we didn't bring a seal home. Then what was your master plan?
Wow, good job.
Wow.
Will got a 17. Wow.
17 altogether.
Well, he rolled out.
Oh no, +2. So that is a 19. Bug, as you begin to look over Briggs, the first thing you note is that nothing on Briggs seems to be having any sort of jack import or anything like that. Feeling the entirety of the thing, because you got a 19, I'm going to give you this. You don't feel like anything is inside of Briggs. By the time you guys are looking around and checking this thing out, you guys notice that the outer layer of Briggs, the actual fabric holding in all the fluff, is what's giving off that energy.
Yome, I want you to react to this if you want to like roll something or something. But Bug's about to claw into the flesh.
Again, you would note that there's nothing inside, so clawing into the flesh would be useless.
It's the actual. It's the thing that's
the only thing that you guys can think of as you guys look at the outer flesh of this stuffed seal is that it must be made of something like biotech.
What on earth?
Is that why it keeps growing?
Is that why it keeps growing?
Where'd you get this? Yo, mate.
1 sec.
Okay.
Okay. Man,
We'll take this break to talk about Bang
Super.
Energy and how bad it is unless they give me money.
About what? Oh yeah, Bang.
Ah, terrible.
Just shit talking on until they give you money, and then just change your opinions
The moment he
completely.
sponsors, the moment we know we've stepped into the big
It's
leagues.
a little thing I drew, Deco.
The what now?
Daddy cares.
Oh yeah, I saw the oh no, Daddy cares, and it's like, oh boy, I sure am glad we can bond from hitting my dad.
Sorry, Tristan was on the phone. Tristan was on the phone, and it was kind of important, so he had to look at his computer while So you guys said you're feeling up Briggs because it might be his biotech flesh.
There's nobody's feeling him up currently. This has already been basically known.
Bug's just holding it.
Bug would note that there's nothing inside of it, so it must be the fabric on the outside. And if it's the fabric on the outside, you guys can basically tell it's probably not fabric. It is probably biotech.
Bug was you got the damn thing.
And again, at that point, ripping it up is basically useless.
Sigh of relief.
Don't sigh yet. It's still a problem.
She just like hugs Briggs. I got him at the aquarium.
Where's the aquarium?
Aquarium.
Where else would you get a giant stuffed seal?
I don't know. Gift shop.
Get a
Yeah, a gift shop from the aquarium. Shutter got it for me.
Why does the gift shop have biotech?
Biotech? And maybe so that it feels like the actual seals. I mean,
which
Shutter would have gotten me.
I mean, Bug just looks at you, has a raised eyebrow with his arms crossed.
What?
You would know immediately if it felt like seal, is what he's saying.
I didn't touch an actual seal.
As Bug is going to look for the thing where it says like "Made in China" or whatever to see what it says.
Made in Yumland. I don't fucking know.
You mean like wash instructions or care instructions?
No, he wants to see if it's in a place that's notoriously cheap with their materials.
No.
Are you trying to find like a Megaman China right now? Like, what's up with you?
There's nothing like that.
Neat. Well, it's a biotech seal, which is weird. Why? And if it's why, just why?
Was it at least?
By the way, Paradox, how close are you to this thing?
He was gonna go over. He was gonna have to pick it up and rip it in half. So I would guess.
Paradox, I need you to quickly do me a bit of a roll. Why don't you? I would like you to go ahead and roll me for that sink you got there.
Before
we found the other side of Paradox.
I'm gonna put a dox in. Does anyone have any?
Hey, buddy.
I'll give you some doxpiration, but all I'm gonna say is that I can imagine Paradox coming, getting ready to tear it apart, and Yome just throws herself on it like Pocahontas throws herself over John Smith. No!
Why am I the bad guy with the hatchet here?
No.
Go give me a roll.
Where's my Paradoxpiration? I'll give you some. Hold on.
I think it's the bright green one.
Yeah, it is the bright green one. I just wanted to think about how much I want to give you. I'll give you 2.
That's okay. First one's 14. That doesn't count.
You've already passed the DC.
Okay, cool. Another 14.
So I'm just gonna let you roll.
Well, this is the wrong way we do it. Fuck. Nothing but 14s anyway.
As you look over toward this thing, Paradox, you feel the same feeling you felt whenever you were near that rift before, as you almost feel like you shut down. However, because you're in your copy bot, you feel a lot more protected against this, and you sort of like shake it off.
Huh. That's not good. Why is that happening?
Hugs Seal. Hugs Briggs.
Not even the cheapest of.
He's gonna express. So. Yeah, I felt like I was about to turn off again.
Oh.
Okay. So
Not great.
I think we found the source.
Somebody's
Also,
at the door.
why? Not in that. Oh wait,
It's probably Alan.
is it Alan?
Well, I want to find out. Let's go.
C2 would know it's Alan.
Yeah, it's Alan.
Okay, 2 ways to find out.
Perfect. Let him. Yeah. Should I touch the seal?
Why is there hot cocoa? Yome, okay. Anyway.
Nose.
Why is there... I don't have to ask.
Asking was a formality.
Why am I asking?
Why am I asking? It was just for...
Oh, it's Alan, the one that didn't make this body for me.
He is the one that that messed around with it to a good
He
extent.
declawed you.
He doesn't know that.
He declawed.
All he knows is he's like, wow, Alan did a good job. It wasn't Alan. Oh.
Oh.
Give it
You
time.
guys have two options at this point. You guys can either murder the fuck out of the seal, you can club it down,
Club the seal.
or you guys can wait for Alan to get up here to tell him what you guys have learned.
You can always see it to the door and see what happens.
Yome, you're gonna have to throw Yome out the window along with it because she's holding on to this damn seal.
We can try.
I think we would wait for Alan, but Paradox would be arguing with Yome over it.
As Bug is like about to claw the seal, then sees Yome's eyes, then sees the seal, then sees Yome's eyes. Let's see what Alan has to say.
Alan comes walking in. You guys note that he has a mug. He has a mug in his hands.
Oh yeah, rip it the fuck open.
As he does, you see he actually comes in with something else as well.
Oh.
You guys see what appears to be some sort of a spiral form of metal in his hands.
The hell is
Almost as if just like some sort of a asymmetrical spring. As Alan makes his way inside, has this in his hands and looks to you guys. Why are you guys gathered around Briggs? Well, he wouldn't know that. Why are you guys gathered around the seal?
We found the anomaly.
No, she did tell him it's named Briggs.
Oh, why are you guys hanging around Briggs?
We have discovered two things that are unusual. One, the window or the mirror in the bathroom has a network, and Briggs's cloth is made of biotech or something.
And it seems to be trying to shut Paradox down.
That's very hard to work with, unless...
I mean,
He
it could try
starts thinking, the only way that biotech really works with trying to get inside of its network is to have whatever the biotech's made of show its jack-in port, and unless it's sentient, it's going to be hard for us to do that.
I always just try ripping it up.
No.
Maybe I won't turn off this time when I touch some weird anomaly.
Do we know that this thing is the anomaly?
I was trying to turn. Well, I get the feeling.
According to
I'm
you,
down.
like you're like 99.99%
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
Yes, I am deadly sure.
Okay then. He goes over to Yome and like puts his hands out for Briggs. Here, hold this. Holds the spiral thing to you and the mug to you.
Only because you're asking for him. Gives him
He
Briggs.
takes Briggs and hands you the mug of cocoa and the other thing. He starts walking over toward the window. Does anybody stop him?
No,
No.
I know what he's about to do.
He opens up the window and sticks Briggs outside. You see for a moment, Alan seems to wince. I'm gonna have Alan roll for something real quick.
This lockdown shit's brutal.
Hey! Alan's
Hey.
not gonna fucking let you guys know that just hurt.
He's like, I'm a little man boy now.
Oh man, I stubbed my toe on the wall.
He puts his hand outside, and again, Cross and C2, you both would know exactly what Alan's doing. As he sticks it outside, he brings it back in. There we go. He puts it on the bed.
Huh?
Paradox, that feeling is gone.
What the fuck was that? What did you do?
We're in lockdown.
He just destroyed any extra functionality it had.
Oh. Okay, that's one problem solved. Guess we didn't have to plug into
why
that.
we don't want
the
you
camera.
guys to step outside, because it'll be bad for you. So he just kind of motions over to it.
It's not gonna start functioning again, is it? It's
C2,
not
you feel the rift completely destroyed. It's like
That was
completely
it.
be destroyed.
Huh. I wasn't expecting that to go so well.
Also, Alan, we were searching and found this, and I'm just gonna show him his dad's PET.
That's weird. He holds it outside. I'm kidding.
Well, then he eats it.
when in doubt, stick it out the window.
When in
When in
doubt,
doubt,
fucking
stick it
kill
out.
it. I'm kidding. It wouldn't do that to a PT anyway, because it would do it to Alan's PT if that happened.
Also, just want to know, since I only now start looking at chat, what was the thing? No, will stop that. What was that, Sergeant Gemini?
Oh God, what was that? No, will stop. What was that all about? But yes, as he looks over at the PET and looks over toward you guys after you said that the bathroom had a weird thing in it.
Yeah, mirrors having jack in ports. Freshly installed, it looks like.
To be fair, I don't know much about the whole mirror thing, but he looks at his dad's PET. I mean, he had to respond somehow, right? So maybe he has another one?
Maybe.
That's what I was thinking.
At the same time, he starts like looking it over, and you see him like turning it over in his hands. As he does, chink,
What was that?
What?
a chip falls out of it.
What?
You guys see?
Oh, final will.
You guys see another custom chip fall out of it.
Huh.
Okay.
Interesting.
Because if you guys remember, the second custom chip you guys had was from random bullshit you guys did. But this is where he was supposed to get his second custom chip.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
But
the
you
heavy-
remember it fondly.
As he reaches down and picks it up, a battle chip?
That's sad.
It looks like one of those custom chips that we used over at Higsby's.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. But why would it just be in the PET by itself?
I don't know. Even if it was, why is it blank? It should be connected to Marksman or somebody, right?
Yeah.
More questions, no answers.
Hmm.
Until you can find your dad again.
We could always send him a message, but
If only we ever saw him again.
why would he leave his PET with a custom chip back inside of it unless he was leaving it for something? It usually isn't easy to keep a chip inside of a PET. They usually just come right out whenever you use them, so he wasn't using it, he was storing it.
Do you think he was just expecting you to snoop, or?
I mean, technically, I'm not the one that's been snooping, right?
Yeah,
I didn't go into his room.
No, absolutely not. It's okay. Absolutely, sir. Sorry for the turn of phrase.
Regardless of one snooping
So
or
he
not.
can't get mad at me about it, right? What?
Absolutely not, sir. That's how any of this works.
Alan, you worry about Alan. Technically, you can kick him out of the house now.
Right.
Yeah, you could just send him to his room.
I don't know if it's gonna work that way, but it's fun to think about.
Mm.
Either way, bugs inside of the bug bot.
Oh yeah, that we forgot. I kind of forgot about that one.
He said he could go in it, and he's found some other things it can do as well by being inside of it.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
let me
good.
just show you quick.
As he starts doing the Thriller dance, and he slowly camouflages as he's dancing.
Why do you have to make a
You
theatrical
do the
thing
Thriller
out?
dance in front of Briggs as you turn into Briggs's color. Again, you guys looking at him, noticing him, you can definitely tell he's there. But if you guys were just walking past and just like casually looked around, you probably wouldn't see him.
Holds up the cocoa back to Alan.
He takes it. As
Okay.
if that doesn't really even surprise him in the slightest, by the way.
What? Did you know about that?
I knew there were functionalities it had that I couldn't find before. And if it's some sort of a murder bot, I mean, I guess that makes sense.
So,
You guys look at Alan as he's just saying these things. You almost see just like just almost like a half-opened eye look from him, like he's seen some
Like-
shit already.
His
not
life is
as
literally leaving his body.
He's
as
getting
we
lethargic to all this shit.
He's
speak. Like
just
another murder bot.
This boy has seen some shit. What have we done to him?
we didn't do anything. This is World 3's fault.
As
He's just fucking tired, dude.
Today's just been a day, man. That's all I can say.
as
I've
Bugs
seen
just
shit.
looks at Alan, then looks at Paradox, points at him. What did you do to this boy?
Me? I didn't do anything.
Sorry, I usually think it's a cop.
Hey,
The weirdest things about this stuff, I guess, is the mirror and the fact that this was affecting Paradox at all.
And this. What is this that you found?
Oh,
Holds up the weird spring thing.
This was outside. It was over by the doghouse.
what?
He shows you the little spring, and then he goes into his pocket and pulls out a small little box that seems to be made of some sort of a metal like substance. As he motions to its top, you see that it seems to have a break at the top where the spring would probably be. I don't know what this is, but I think somebody tried putting it onto our doghouse, and I guess the natural defenses that are on there, or I don't know, somebody who just didn't like it came by and cut it or made it break.
Can I see that?
Yeah, here. He
Go pick it
motions.
up.
He just kind of like hands it off towards you.
Let's
From
say
what I
you
can
like-
see, it seems to be some sort of a collector of sorts, or maybe some sort of a focal point, as if somebody was maybe trying to hack into the doghouse.
Do you think this could possibly be an antenna? Holds up the spring.
That's what I was thinking, but at the same time, there's no real need for it to spiral like this. I don't know exactly what this is. All I know is it's not the kind of stuff that you usually see. It looks like, I mean, I hate to say this when it's somebody I don't really know, but it looks really shoddy. He gives a shrug.
Fucking destroyed. Whoever they are.
If I can, is it possible, like, to scan, like, as I look it over, like, scanning or something to try and glean some kind of function out of whatever this fucking thing is?
You look it over, you notice it doesn't really have a jack-in port, it doesn't really have anything of the sort. The antenna itself seems like it is, again, severed pretty cleanly near the top. You can only assume that some sort of a Navi or somebody must have done that. Or again, something with the defenses must have snapped it.
You need to start investing in some security cameras.
As you look it over, we have those, actually. That's what I came back inside for. I wanted to see if this was a recent addition, but if we know that Briggs was the thing that was making that rift thing happen, then what was this doing? Not to
Good
mention, it looks a
question.
little bit weathered, so it might have been here for a bit. We don't really check the doghouse very often.
Did you? Let's check the cameras. We'll worry about the doghouse later.
The only other thing
Not
I'm worried
weird.
about is that mirror, but I can see if we can do some encrypting on it and see if it's safe to jack into. We
I was
don't want
gonna
another matebox situation.
I was gonna just jump right into it, to be honest.
Not to mention, as long as we're locked down, it shouldn't be a big problem if that's connected to some different network. Nothing can get in or out.
You should be fine in that sense, then, yeah.
We should be worried.
I
about
think that
something.
whoever did this didn't expect my dad to go crazy and start doing all the things he did. Again, he says that with the straightest fucking look on his face.
You never can tell. I guess a parent's worry is something that you can never plan for.
So did you guys fight a war or something? Alan?
No, I think just a lot has been happening. It's been a long day, and Alan has matured a little bit.
We have to tell you about him at the park. That's the sort of piece. That's later though. Let's get some investigating done and check out that mirror.
Speaking of investigating, once we figure out that mirror, I'd like to maybe try to take down some of these defenses a bit and start actually using the net again at night. Might be good.
I do admit these defenses are getting a little bit interesting.
It's just the last couple of days have been a lot more, well, different feeling, and without being connected to any sort of information, it seems really, I don't
isolating.
know. Yeah.
Feels like some sort of quarantine.
Can you imagine having to have this happen for you, like, for an entire year or something? Anyway, so
I would know. I'm not allowed.
And then we look at the camera.
That's the one thing we do have, luckily enough, is connection to the internet.
As being an essential worker, I don't know what it means to be able to quarantine myself from all the diseased populace. What are you talking about?
As you guys look over toward this thing, again, Paradox, you can't really gain anything from it, but Alan says he'll look into it in a bit, because he does have the physical tech trait, so he can kind of mess around with it. As you guys make your way to the mirror, Alan takes over the device he had used whenever he was messing with the mate box, which is that tiny little reader thing that he had, and starts kind of plugging it in and seeing if any sort of reactions happen. You guys notice that as soon as he plugs it in, there seems to be a spike on the reader. As he looks at it, there's virus activity in here.
Of course there is. Should we just throw it outside and pull it back in, or?
I mean, honestly, it might be best to just get rid of this thing, other than going inside of it, but I'm wondering what exactly it is.
Well,
quick 20-minute adventure in and out.
20 minutes. Yeah.
I can try to maybe mess around with this and, I don't know, see if I can make it safer like we did the mate box, but with that spike, it's obviously some sort of powerful virus.
Oh.
Yeah.
And would it be worth it?
Oh, probably. Whatever it is could give us some form of information of what's been going on in here.
The mirror or the virus?
Yes.
If we're thinking this was made whenever, well, those people came into the house, whatever this virus is probably what ended up messing with the security around here to stop them from being caught.
Well then,
I don't think it has. Honestly, if that's all they needed, it probably doesn't have any other purpose except to mess with the security systems. Meaning, it's probably just a powerful virus.
It might not really be of any benefit to us. It's just better to get rid of it.
We could get rid of the mirror, or you guys can go in and try to destroy it, or honestly, we could probably just leave it alone for a bit and tackle it later.
It's always a thing to do.
With the way that thing spiked, I feel like it'd be a little dangerous to try to go in there. You guys see flash across the screen that the whatever is inside of here seems to be somewhat powerful. Are you sure you want to go in?
You see the skull sign that you see on like bosses that are really like dangerous in several video games.
You're unsure if you're prepared enough to go inside of here. Are you sure you wish to go?
Recommended level.
You don't have enough
level,
badges.
not yours. However, according to Alan, things do seem to make sense from that. Whatever this is probably what fried his security before, since it is something that probably happened from those people coming inside. And since since the security has been upgraded, there probably is no real immediate danger of this thing. So leaving it here is probably not that bad of a deal. But if you guys ever did want to come in here and beat the shit out of this thing, you could. I'm warning you guys right the fuck now that this is a very strong virus.
This is fine. This is normal. Just chuck it out the window. Who gives a fuck?
Gross is just giving up. Gross is like, all right,
the main
fuck
thing
viruses.
I will say to you guys, because this is something that I put in just in case you guys ever wanted to do something like this, taking out said virus will probably offer a lot of good reward. But I would not suggest you guys do it until you guys feel like you are ready to handle a large boss fight.
Yeah, I also feel like it's what we should do.
God damn it. Alright, we won't deal with
Again, the whole battery pack thing wasn't supposed to happen yet. You guys weren't supposed to find this virus for quite a while.
Which also, sir, apropos of nothing, I believe I should tell you that I believe I am now able to use most of my abilities in this copybot.
Why?
Cheater.
I was looking for my stand, and there was this other battery pack. Lets me do that.
He like looks at the battery pack you have on you, which again looks very much identical to what you had before. Looking at this again, this was what you and some of the other programs down in the depths of Scilabs would use to walk around with you and keep you guys charged, and also to help with random tasks if you needed them. Some of the electrical navies had this for recharging things, while some of the other navies that performed other tasks had them for other reasons. Some of them had drills.
Yeah.
You do note that because this makes you somewhat of a customized copybot, that you could potentially take some of those other upgraded forms of the other bots that were down there for your own if you ever desired to, potentially giving yourself a drill or anything like that. But you're not sure exactly how much those things are needed.
Yeah.
As you explain this to Alan, that you are in a basically the equivalent of a customized copybot, similar to how Flix was. He finally understands why President Abel sent you to him. As you know, that was just right after everything that happened in Scilabs, and he's like, right.
You and I both understand.
He does have that weird thing with me.
It does seem to be a concurring thing, sir.
Just the fucking 1,000-yard stare.
Again, that's just over his face
and
right
we
now.
all just
This is today. This is today for him. I'm sorry if I'm not being very inclusive or surprised.
No, it's okay, sir. I just wanted to let you know.
It's okay.
Today's just been a day.
Yeah.
Do you... Points to the Coco. Want another one?
Yes.
Okay, I'll go make one.
He like looks at it. He as he looks at it, you almost notice that he didn't even notice he finished it. As he looks up.
He just like absorbed it into his body.
Consume the cocoa. She just like holds her hands out for the mug.
He hands it back over towards you. Again, just looking defeated. Today has defeated him, you see.
How about
baby?
How about we all just take a bit of a breather.
Yeah, I think that's probably good.
As for as anything.
Should we run you a bath?
Now that bug bot's not in there, yeah, sure.
I'll do that first then. Everyone get out.
Of Alan's room?
Please.
I thought we were in the bathroom because we were talking about the mirror.
Well, probably.
Yeah, we're in the bathroom.
You guys end up going back to Alan's room, except for Yome. As Alan just sort of sits down on the bed near Briggs,
you trying to kill Briggs?
Back to you guys. Upon doing so, Paradox, we probably should figure out why this is affecting you more often than everybody else. Maybe it's because of your code? I agree.
Were you talking to me? Sorry.
Talking to Paradox. I agree, Paradox.
His mic has issues, remember?
God damn it. Once more with feeling. What was it?
He looks at you, he's like, we should probably figure out why this thing's affecting you a lot more than the others, but I'm not really sure why that would be. Maybe your code?
I wouldn't be surprising. I am a complete and utter mess. And it doesn't help that I touched the last one with my... I almost said bare hands, but that's not quite true. I think they're gloved. Gauntlets. Yes, these are gauntlets.
And Cross, I know we haven't got to talk about everything that's happened today on your side, but are you feeling all right after everything that happened? What you said about that faceless Navi, but even though she had a face, it's kind of weird.
Currently, I'm fine. There was a particular question I wanted to bring up. In light of what we heard, Neon Man wanted me to go on the cruise with him.
Hmm.
I guess he's gonna be there too.
From the sounds of it, he's going to have a show.
Oh boy.
He looks at you, and then sort of like you see him bring him. You see him sort of just bring his hand over to his chin as he starts thinking. I mean, that's one way to get one of you guys in a copy bot.
Maybe I could convince him to let me bring my own unless he's being supplied by the people there. But
They
from
told us
how he
that-
phrased it, I don't think so.
They told us that we're not supposed to bring our own personal ones, but you have a feeling that he probably wants you to be in a vanity bot.
Hmm.
I mean, you could always ask him to see if it's all right.
Yeah, and I forget, do we have a vanity?
No.
Sorry.
You guys have 4 normal bots and 1 custom bot now that you guys know. Bang.
It ain't good. It's more like a whisper than a bang.
All this Neon Man shit on top of everything else. Well,
Honestly, I feel like that's the easiest thing we have to deal with. He looks over toward Cross. With the information you got for us, I mean, we now know that he's either being affected by World 3 or he's doing his own thing.
From how it sounds, and assuming that line about spyware was truthful, he may be not even being entirely aware that he's being taken advantage of.
The 3
Or it may
options we have are he's either doing something weird, World 3's doing something weird, or someone else is doing something weird to him. I mean, we could always ask that guy Conan, but we don't really have any way to talk to him now, unless he's going to be on the ship. Unless he's going to be on the ship as well.
why wouldn't he?
Well, I mean, if Neon Man's going, then he probably would be going. It is his Navi, after all.
Yes, from what I remember at the hospital, they do try to keep their lives separate, so he might not be.
That's true. Yeah, at that point, we could always talk to him on Monday about this. Alan seems to look over towards you. The big thing we need to figure out is if that lady was actually the one we saw or not. She matched the description, but you said she had a face, and she seemed rather friendly.
Yes, though from how she was described, she was trying to talk to Neon Man a lot, just like how, these other two were.
Yeah. That's either her recruiting him, or if that isn't her, that's some sort of coincidence.
On top of that, they both have an interest in the jellyfish in the aquarium.
That could be where we start things off then. Either he or World 3 has an interest in that thing, so if I can figure something out about it, then that means it's not going to fall into anybody else's into anybody else's hands, right?
Yeah, very true.
Basically the same thing with how we're messing with the pillar programs, I guess.
Oh. Yeah, but we're doing that for a good cause.
I guess the biggest thing we need to do is try to get some sort of a connection to it. Maybe we can go and talk to that dragon again, that virus back at the park.
Nothing didn't strike me as one for conversation, but worth a shot.
We basically just need to get a part of its data. If we can, then I can find some way to connect my computer with something similar to it, like that snake or the jellyfish. If the 3 of them are somewhat connected to the park and they're all supposed to be there to keep each other in check, then they should have some sort of connecting programming.
And I have access to the aquarium.
The thing I don't understand is, well, the thing I'm worried about is it that World 3 wants it out, or does it want to keep it in?
Yeah.
Both of them seem to want to get it back to where it belonged.
Which is even more suspect.
You see Alan sort of think on that for a moment. Alan would know something similar to this because you guys found information about this over at the park, but I'm going to give a roll.
Oh boy.
To see if Alan has any memory. In fact, I'm going to put 2 of his new Alan inspiration in. Thanks, chat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Neon Man talks about it a lot, like how we're an ecosystem and things are alive
Are
and
you guys
humans
putting any Alan inspiration in?
I have nothing.
I don't have any inspiration. I don't think I have any left. No.
You know what? I believe in Alan with my inspiration.
Is Squeaky there?
Hey.
Take
you
my
believe
Alan.
with your inspiration?
I have some, but I think he should be fine with what he has.
Okay, then I'll do one more roll. Because he failed all 3 of his checks before.
Oh.
There we go.
I believe in Alan with my inspiration.
Thanks to Cross, he passed the check.
Wow.
I wouldn't ask if I didn't need it. Anyway.
It's just like Cross is rambling and then it's something in her bullshit that Neon's been preaching to her just clicks in Alan.
As you guys are talking, Alan thinks about things to himself. Wasn't the 3 of them the reason that place was locked off from us? The one that we found before? And when we were looking into the thing that had Smokeman's message on it, didn't it mention it like it was some sort of a test or a task? Maybe whoever fixes it first gets something.
Maybe.
Either access to that place down there, or maybe something else entirely. That's usually how these puzzles go.
Well then.
At least lately.
All right. I guess we gotta get that jellyfish back into the park.
Either way, if we can figure out a way to get it here, then I can check it over and see if we're right about that. But if all they want is to get it out of the aquarium, then that's probably going to be a problem then. Do we risk doing that, or do we leave it where it is and hope that the others don't do anything? Honestly, the biggest problem I'm seeing is that they've already done something to the aquarium if this is to be taken with any sort of weight. He pats onto Briggs.
Yeah, that is worrying.
If they do want that, we need to get it out of there as soon as possible.
Well, if we do get the jellyfish back here, well, there's worse places it could end up. So yes, they should just throw in a dome with Quest Girl. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Well, I mean, we do have that cage area in the doghouse. Right now, it's just holding on to that image data.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one.
There should be plenty of room to move the image data somewhere else.
Yeah, we should probably move that.
Was a piece of image data.
What's that?
It was a large piece of image data.
It was very large. And
Yeah.
teeth. And eyes. And
Upon
let's not worry
teeth.
about that.
Cross was just sitting there with the teeth.
I just walked inside.
Yeah.
Eventually, Yome, you make your way back inside to let Alan know that the bath is ready, and you guys end up watching as Alan gets up and just sort of again slinks his way toward the edge of the room.
Before you take your bath, Alan, should I take the time to contact Neon Man now, or?
He looks over towards you. If you think that now's a good time. I mean, it should be any time before Sunday, right?
Yes.
I would probably do it either today or tomorrow then. As you guys, he says that, he gets led into the restroom and he stays in there for a good portion of the next hour.
Yeah, fair enough.
As you guys are
No.
left with each other's company, Yome, you know that he's probably gonna be there for a bit, so you don't need to make Coco immediately.
Yeah, she's just gonna hug Briggs.
Bug, at this point, you can let people know that from the knowledge you have of yourself right now, you feel like you're technically Bug, but you also feel like you're somewhat of a copy of Bug. You can either tell that to Vader or you can tell that to everybody. It's up to you. Just like with Cross and C2, Vader and Bug, you guys feel that there is some sort of a connection to you between the two of you mentally, as if the two of you can probably message each other in your heads. Which is pretty good. It's pretty rad, because then you don't have to fucking worry about like keeping secrets from people.
Welcome to the club. Welcome to the brain club.
It's just slowly becoming a hive mind.
Other than that, I'd like to know. Alan goes away. You guys have the rest of the night to basically do just about anything you guys would like to do. Alan will probably be back in a bit if you guys just want to speak with anybody or like hang out with anybody. I'd like to know, what do you guys want to do for the rest of the night?
Just stare at Cross.
Just stare at Cross. Are we having an intervention?
She just take Briggs and lays down and just G at Cross.
Cross, you're
All right, I'm gonna go call Neon Man later.
Cross, are you gonna try to go to the network?
Unless anybody wants to talk to Cross.
You didn't listen to me.
About
Neon Man. I said you should probably hold off on seeing him again, and you went right away. Were you still that curious?
I was just excited to tell him about what I talked with Alan about.
To the point that you could have put yourself in danger again?
It's not the first time all of us have done that.
Oh, no, definitely not, but you're usually the more
Specifically
level-headed
you.
and...
Specifically Yome as well.
Now a montage of everyone doing it starts just happening right now.
Montage of Shudder.
Well,
Mostly
if you let me
just
fucking
Shudder.
speak. If you let me just fucking speak. It's like, yeah, but you're usually the more level-headed and reasonable out of all of us. I'm not saying you can't make mistakes, but... Well, I guess what's done is done, and you're all right now, right?
Define all right?
You're not... What's going on through your head, Cross? How do you feel about yourself? Are you still confused? Are you still not sure about yourself? Does it still bother you?
Not when I'm doing something. Like dancing. I can dance now. And sing.
You're gonna what?
You can sing now.
I mean...
Interesting.
Solid. Actually, wait. You can still, like, change and...
Yep, you can still change any of your styles in your copy bots.
Yeah, she'll change.
Looks better on you than it does on him, honestly.
Oh, thank you.
Bing. That's the wrong one. Fuck.
That's the wrong one.
Suddenly watched like, who are you?
I usually put the style change before the double soul.
I'm sorry, I'm counting on my chronological order.
I was told that singing is an extraordinary feat for a Navi. So to be able to do it right away is very impressive. But are you sure that it's because of you or that style?
No, I'm pretty sure it's the style.
Then is it really impressive? If it's really just
well, fuck
Neon Man's own influence over you.
It's happening.
Try doing it in your style, and let that be your song, not whatever Neon Man wants you to sing. I remember singing, but it was in the mate box, so it was probably different.
It was pre-recorded by a different actress.
That's what I mean by it was probably different.
I mean, we both tried to sing before without proper programming. We know we can't. Well, at least not well.
Then I wonder why specifically Neon Man can do it. What really makes him sing? That's something I've been wondering ever since he told me about how special he is because only he can do it.
We're all
Dancing
a
is
part
one.
of a living organism. Everything
Shut the
is...
fuck up.
Here come the brain
Shut
ghosts
up,
again.
spotted voice of Neon Man.
That's that thing of like, she just like gets up and she's still holding Briggs as she just walks in front of Cross and just looks at her in the eye. Dancing is one thing. It is really just remembering a sequence, like a formula, to a rhythm that is also a formula. But singing is something else. When they want to make it sympathetic and human, it's emotions and things like that. Which is why we can't understand it, because we're electronic devices.
That's not what you've been being told, Cross. You're real.
You're a real girl.
You're real, Cross.
We're not all like Melon, who was actually a human before dying.
We're mostly like Melon. And
Yeah.
To
we
be
actually
fair,
know that?
No, she's saying like we're not dead humans like Melon was.
I'm allowed to be funny once in a while, Squeaky. Let me have something.
Damn it.
It's very funny.
But functionally, what's the difference at this point?
There really probably isn't much of a difference.
That's-
And that's something special in and of itself. But it just makes you wonder. At the end of the day, we are very, very similar to humans, but there are some things that fundamentally set us apart. Those are some things that we're grateful for, right? The fact that we can't really die, so we can keep coming back. We can change our form if we ever wanted to. Things like that. I've just been trying to really think. I wish I could be human. But being like this isn't exactly bad, and it doesn't mean I'm any less of what I am. But I'm not going to pretend to be something I'm not either. Not entirely, at least.
Looks
look,
in the
I just
camera.
want to fuck Alan. Is that so hard?
Is that too much?
God damn it.
And I can do that because it's part of my functions. Which is entirely true.
What I'm going to say,
Because
Cross,
Dr.
is that you
Blued,
can...
I'm kidding.
I guess what I'm trying to say, Cross, is you can play human as much as you want. At the end of the day, you're not. And maybe I'm just actually saying that more to myself.
I am
Because
not interested in being human.
it seems like Neon Man really wants you to, though.
I'm just interested in figuring out what being me actually is, since what I was pretending was me was not.
And I've told you, you can still be that. You can still make that you. But... maybe tell Neon Man that more. And be more firm about it. Something tells me that... And maybe it's just my worry, but... I still feel like you're letting him string you along. And because of your curiosity or your confusion or whatever it could possibly be, you're letting it happen. Does that make any sense?
It makes some sense.
I think that's all really I want to say about it. I'm not upset or anything, nor do I really have a right to. Alan says we can all do whatever we want, and even despite hearing all our suspicions about Neon Man, he still trusted your better judgment. So I trust your better judgment as well. Unless it ends up coming to harm of Alan, then we have a problem.
Are you fucking threatening me?
You guys gonna. The girls are fighting.
Don't fight. I'm in the bathroom right beside the room.
What,
I can hear
does
everything you're
Cross actually
saying.
say that?
No, I'm playing.
Does Cross actually say, Yomi, are you threatening me?
No, well, she
Because
is about to. No, that would
Because it's that thing of just like, if you did, it's not a threat, it's a promise. It's a fucking promise.
This is
Cross.
mid-tense.
Cross.
Okay.
Why don't you roll me for your sync real quick?
Okay.
It's a very low roll, I think, right now, or is it? I can't remember.
should
You
be.
can't
Sync is your
Which-
data, right?
Because I'm in. I think it was defense and speed switch, and because it didn't affect my AC, and then data and sync.
Yeah, and then technically scan and link, but they're both the same thing.
All right, Cross, you two
Okay.
roll your things.
A
So
low
go ahead and roll me a
concentration.
+7 while you're in this then.
Oh, dude.
3, 14, 18.
Okay. Cross, like I said, you're pretty sure going through that the whatever spyware or anything like that was in you, you're not entirely sure if it was from Neon Man or from some other thing, or if it was even real at all, depending on if that lady was lying or if she was really who you thought she was. But
Yeah.
as you are listening to this, and as you are talking with Yoma and the others, you do feel almost like a twinge, and you do note that this twinge is not you. Because you're in this style, you do feel a kind of twinge, as Yome was telling you that that first off you weren't human, and second off that you probably couldn't sing for real. Again, you would note immediately that feeling is not coming from Cross. That feeling
I've
is
had to
coming
deal with
from
this for a
something
long
else.
ass time. I can tell.
Mhm. You know that feeling is coming from somewhere else. It doesn't feel like it's something sentient. It doesn't feel like it's something weird, but it does almost feel, again, a bit wrong, as if you feel somewhere down there something is making you feel that is not truth. That what are the words coming out is not a true set of words. Again, you can react to that however you wish, but because the spyware stuff is gone, I can't give you any more, because otherwise you would probably note a completely different thing, and I'd have to have you roll to see if you thought that was actually real or not. But that's gone, so you don't have to worry about that. It would have been so fun to have that stick with you for a little bit longer. It didn't do anything, which really sucks.
It was just spyware.
But you do feel that that just somewhere deep in, somewhere from whatever coding you now have in this style, that those words don't resonate as true very much. As if to say, again, with that +7, you have that 25. You're not sure that you couldn't sing in your regular form. You're also not entirely sure if you are that different from humanity. In fact, somewhere deep in the back of your mind, you almost feel like what is the difference? Kind of like how the others were saying as well. There's not really much of a difference, similar to what Yome said and what you said. But again, you know that whatever these words were, whatever these feelings were, they're not originating from Cross.
Message received.
Mhm.
I'm going to the network.
Fine.
Do you make your way inside?
Time to get out of the copy bot.
Copybot 1 returns back to its fucking place.
That was
just goes back to bed. Briggs. I didn't like that.
Is someone else wondering why that does not look anything like her?
That is also something that worried me upon looking at it.
like they mix records, right? That's what they did.
That's that thing of like Yomei like is hugging Briggs, but then like turns her head over to Watt. The way a style change works is that, based on what we've seen, and as you can see from Bug Vader himself, even with a new palette or accessories or even some changes like a different hairstyle,
You still
at the
kind of
end-
look at yourself, yeah.
exactly. But
Oh,
if
there you go.
if I didn't know that was Cross, I can't switch to Shutter style, can I?
Yeah, you can.
Can I? She's gonna switch to Shutter style even though I don't
Yeah,
have
look
it.
at look
I mean,
at
all
look
your
at
clothes
this.
are gonna
Paradox
stay
is
on
already
you.
Yeah,
popcorn.
but that she does it anyway.
There's
Whenever
already got
you
a
start-
ball of popcorn over
Whenever you style change, the core elements of what make you your own unique Navi still exist.
Squeaky, give me a second.
What?
You switch over. Go ahead and roll me for your sync.
Oh, hey.
Because
can't
you
wait to-
do know that the things you make are physical.
Ah,
Oh, am I gonna just destroy my clothes?
You might with the tendrils.
Tendril go out.
Let's see. One sec.
You could also just not do it if you want to.
Okay,
or
let's just
take
not
off the
do it then.
clothes.
If I knew that would happen, then I'm not gonna do it.
I will say that you would know that they are physical enough that your suit is probably not going to withstand it. But
Let's just not then. Let's just not then. Paradox went to it, did it for me.
hey, look
Yeah,
at
there you go.
Paradox doing his.
Yeah,
thing.
he's
Yeah,
right there.
Paradox did it for me. So then she just like again she points to Paradox. Whenever we style change, the core elements of what make us our unique Navis, our own unique Navi form, exist still. I still look at that and say that's Paradox. I can still look at that and say that's Bug Vader. Nothing about that looks like Cross.
And that's weird, right? It's not just me that's weird.
I'm gonna say this because this was made without my knowledge. You would not think that.
No?
This art was made without my knowledge and without my input. This does look like Cross.
Wait, but before
when
it
it
was
was
said
when
that
it was described to us, it said that she had like short frizzy pink hair and that it didn't look like Cross anymore.
I did not say that it did not look like Cross. The face is still very Cross. The body is still very Cross. It is a normal style change as far as looks.
Okay, well, I think that redacts that then.
Okay.
I want to make sure that that is known before any sort of in-character things, like, make any judgment there. Whatever is going on with Cross is within the range of a style change.
Okay, then yeah,
Okay.
redacted. Then we have no reason to have this conversation.
You guys can grow wings and tails and stuff with double souls. You guys can grow tendrils with your shutter style. You can make giant fucking leaf fucking capes and cannons with your arms. This is not out of the ordinary for a style change. It is a lot. It is very different. That it seems to change a lot of herself. But again, that was because the one that she style changed with was a very different Navi, was a very highly customized Navi.
I guess we haven't found Navi customized enough.
And again, a lot of the elements of it, even though, again, I did say a lot of the things out loud, a lot of the elements of it was not me going to Phantom trying to say what it is. It was just sort of made.
Okay.
So that is what I will say out loud right now before any weird things come from a look thing.
Okay, well that I feel like that redacts the whole conversation. Then this conversation doesn't need to happen.
Okay.
I just want to make sure before it goes too
No,
far.
no.
We know.
I
We
understand.
know. All right.
We're going literally based off of the art though, so that's
Only go based on the art if I'm the one commissioning the art.
No, I just remember possibly that it got mentioned that it didn't
Yeah, I
quite look
remembered
like
that
her.
too.
Again, if you guys would do this to someone like Chillfox or someone as well, it would be that different as well. They are extremely customized bots. They are the highest, like other than like something like Shutter. Shutter is a very different type of thing. He just has Alan's kind of looks. He wasn't like formed after like a boy band look thing like that. But both Chillfox and Neon Man are basically indistinguishable from like a K-pop idol. They are extremely customize units, which is why, again, her looking different was me mostly saying that she looks very much like she could pass for something like that, like the two of them could. This is why I like getting the art.
Listen, man, let's just keep driving. My head
Yeah.
is small and I don't want to
that's-
think about things.
That's fine. I was gonna say another example is the fact that Night Bunny and Miss Prague also look very different. In terms of like hairstyle and stuff, but
they do look, you know, different enough. Like them themselves, they are more like, oh, I let my hair down and it turned purple. But like, it's definitely there, I guess, to an extent as well. I would honestly say more like looking at Vader's thing, which again was the concept was made. Other than that, the big reason why I'm fine with you guys like coming up with the style changes is because they're not supposed to be used as like a plot thing, you know? The way they look isn't plot relevant, which is why I'm fine with you guys doing them, but whenever they start to be used as plot relevance, that's whenever I need to stop it.
Yeah, again, the reason I think we're also pointing this out is
can we move on?
Yeah, we'll move on. I'll look through footage, but we can move on.
That's fine. Anywho.
I have nothing.
Yeah, she's just gonna hug Briggs then.
Okay. With that being said, does anybody have anything they'd like to do during the ending thing? I know that Cross just went inside the net. What is it you're trying to do, Cross?
Well, given the feelings, actually, she was going to try and experiment as normal. Like, can she do it? But she was going to make sure no one else was fucking around.
Do you want to make your way into anywhere in particular that is connected to the network?
Since she last checked they're all in Alan's room, she's gonna go to the living room network.
That's perfectly fine. You would note that the network itself is kind of all connected, so if anybody were to make their way there, they would easily be able to see. But it is like one like section away from Alan's room, so like that is technically a different part of the network. Yes.
Yeah, it's like if they came on, they wouldn't hear me talking or trying to sing.
If they came on in Alan's part, but if they came here, they would.
Yeah, but she wouldn't expect them to go straight to like I'm gonna go to the living room and connect to that network, and at that point she'd have time to stop.
Okay. Do you want to make your way back to the regular nav, or to your regular form?
Yep.
You find yourself standing in the center of this place with the large flower-like golden thingy behind you. Would you like to try?
Yep. She's gonna try.
Cross, you begin to do the singing that you have been taught to do earlier today. The song that you had heard before. You start off again very low with it, but would you like to roll me for your link?
Here we go.
There is obviously a difference in quality when it comes to you singing, but you don't feel like it's robotic. Because it's so different, you do feel like it's not something you just recorded and went off with. You actually do feel as if you're singing, even though you are singing quite badly.
Yes. I'm doing it just badly.
But the fact that you're singing badly means that it's not just something you recorded. You feel like you are perfectly capable of doing stuff like that.
Yeah, and then she'll obviously try the dance, which is also going to go horribly given her speed is 0.
Go for it.
Just do a waltz. It's very slow.
But does that.
Do a slow dance. It's easy.
It does go horribly. You feel as if you are tripping over your own feet. You feel as if the weight of the armor on you seems to be affecting you more than usual, which is weird because it's just data. But you don't feel as free as you would be in the other form. But again, doing it badly means that it's something that you're doing badly at, which is not a program thing.
I need Alan to take me apart again. Yeah, we're definitely doing that tonight.
I would like you to please check out my programming, Alan. I can sing and dance, and I don't like it.
I can sing and dance, like actually.
Like actual,
Improv.
actual.
It's terrible, but I'm doing it.
I
Help.
will say, Cross, because of your low rolls, as you sing and dance, for a moment you do feel noting this is from something completely uncross, you do note that for part of a moment you feel almost a pride that you're doing this, but then you immediately just feel like embarrassed that you're doing it because you're doing it so bad. And again, you're not sure if that's really originating from Cross or somewhere completely different. Probably somewhere completely different, but the embarrassment you feel from that kind of feeds your own embarrassment.
Well, it's a good thing I went in here and no one else can see or hear me. Except me.
Ha.
No.
God, actually, man, she's just doing this and C2 just giving her like thumbs up, like, you go. We both
You
know there's
go.
something weird going on here, but look at you trying.
Look at you doing a try. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Cross, since you are feeling those two very specific feelings, I would like you to please go ahead and give me a scan to see if you can find any way this could be connected to anyone, to anything or anyone in particular.
Man, I'm glad I put in the inspiration. And it didn't help!
It did not help at all.
Can I throw some inspiration at that? Is it too late?
Again, I want you guys to give it at the beginning of a roll, not after a roll has been basically shown that it is failed.
It's fine. I just couldn't. It's fine.
It's fine.
What matters is it's funny.
You don't really feel anything. You can't really tell if there's any weird connections with anything. And again, you already pretty much assume you want to talk to Alan about checking this out as soon as possible.
Yeah.
At this point, do you want to wait to talk to Alan? Do you want to try to contact anyone? Are you good waiting off? What's happening with Cross?
She's just gonna wait for Alan.
Okay. With that being said, everybody is going to wait for Alan to get done with his cleansing freaking stress bath that he's happening. Which is not amazingly stressed out. I mean, look at his stats. He's not that stressed out. Look at that boy. It's the lowest he's probably been in a while.
It's gonna go up.
Who knows? But as you guys wait up for Alan, most of you just sort of like waiting around to see what exactly you guys are going to do for the rest of the night. Some of you, again, having problems with some of the things that you guys have found out today, including the fact that, again, Alan's dad's gone. There is a deed to his house there. You saw Anastasia. There's some sort of a strange battery pack given to what from Abel. There is a lot of corruption in the police and Bugs back and a bunch of things going on.
Daddy really cared.
As all of this is said and done, the camera just sort of waits outside of the bathroom, just kind of pans in for a little bit. Alan just sort of lays there in the tub. You guys see his head kind of just lean back against the wall for a second, his eyes close, and we're going to end things off there for the night. I thought that you guys could potentially get through Saturday today, but I guess that was a very big if.
You were ambitious.
Saturday is not going to be anything. Most of the people have told you that they are basically out of it on Saturday, including several people that you guys need to talk to that could basically just give you guys like one-word replies back. With all of that being the case. Not a lot of big things. You guys do have another custom chip though, so we have to think about who that's going to be going to. The last custom chip you guys got was the Paradox chip or the Doc Sap chip. So you guys can potentially get the
His sap.
The sap.
We got his sap.
Yeah, it's called Doc Sap. But as you, we'll see where things go from now on. See if you guys can get one of the other Navi's things involved with different things. Other than that, it was a very short game, but we did start a little bit late, not a lot of bit late. And usually we've been going on to like 1 a.m. with these, so I mean that's one
I
reason
get to
why
sleep
it's shorter than
tonight.
the others.
I'm glad that it was a shorter stream this time.
Yeah,
Because I need to sleep.
exactly. With that being said,
I'm gonna head off too. I'm just.
Oh, he's
Okay.
tired.
With that being said, I guess we're just going to be heading off quickly then. I hope everybody enjoyed themselves. We enjoyed ourselves. Any questions, comments, plans, and wisecracks, Put them in the comments below. Let me know if you guys are enjoying this as we enjoy ourselves. And until next time, guys, like always, later days.
Bye-bye.